Good morning to one and all. Good morning to one and all. Second day of two-day international conference on continuing professional development of teachers, the digital world, organized by Department of Education, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Meghalaya, in collaboration with Department of Philosophy, MORAN College, MORANHAT, Charadio, Assam, India. Now I'm requesting Dr. Srutaswini Gogoi ma'am, the coordinator, to welcome the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everyone. It's my privilege and pleasure on behalf of the Department of Education, NEHU, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Department of Philosophy, MORAN College, Assam, to welcome you all, the participants and distinguished paper presenters, to this second day of 2 days international conference on continuing professional development of teachers in the digital world. Thank you. Now it is over to you, sir. Can you start the session?
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, Chennai, sir? Yeah, I'm making a co-host. Yes. So it is my pleasure to introduce Professor P. Chennai, sir, HOD Chairman, BOS, Department of Education, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. Sir is a teacher for MA at MA level. I did my MA Philosophy 2009 and 11. I got 2 gold medals. I'm repeating again. So sir is an extraordinary person and outstanding contribution in the field of philosophy and education. Sir is a, we can say, walking encyclopedia. I got opportunities, not an opportunity, opportunities to interact with the sir since 2000. I know since 2004, but as a student of philosophy, 2009 to 2013, April 24th. I joined in NEHU 2013, April 25th. Since the last day itself, sir guided me, sir motivated me to do. And the philosophy, when I completed my doctoral degree in education, I need a second PG. Because I'm from maths, physics, chemistry background, whether to go science or whether to select sociology or philosophy, sir motivated me. You are not in a position to understand right now, but in future, after completing, you can understand what are the applications of philosophy. Please come to our departments. So I immediately accepted, and I am the only doctoral scholar after finishing my PhD went to regularly to the classes. Why I'm telling on this space occasion on the second day of international conference, continuing professional development. In my presentation, I'm going to share with you learning, teaching, research, and extension. So these 4 parameters are, and publication also we can take 5 parameters are very, very important. Sir is a role model for me to motivate, and sir published many books and presented many papers and visited Greece, Germany, Nepal, and some other countries. Sir is an active member in education department of Sri Venkateswara University, Institute of Advanced Study in Education, IISc, and regular paper presenter and keynote speaker, special guest, and Indian Philosophical Congress. In the year 2020, March, sir visited Northeastern Hill University. So without taking time, it is my privilege to invite Professor Chennai sir to deliver his keynote speech. Sir, over to you, sir. Chennai sir. Chennai sir. Your audio is not audible, sir. I think some network issue. I am seeing the symbol. Sir, please log out and log in again, sir. You are not audible, sir. Please off the video, sir. Please off your video. You can use your own only audio, sir. It is not audible. Srutishan ma'am, I am going. Sir, Chennai sir, please off the video and speak, sir. Don't use the video, sir, because of your network issue. Chennai sir, am I audible? Ma'am, it is better I will call to sir, because if I call, it will disconnect. Now you can speak, sir.
Amresh sir.
Yes, sir. Excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. Don't put a
Excellent.
video on, sir. We don't want audio because of your network issue. Video is not good. Only speak audio, sir.
Okay.
Audio
So
is
now,
okay. Excellent.
now voice is very clear. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Voice is very clear.
No problem. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. We will do positively all the works in the correct time. So respectable coordinator and the person with the source for organizing this international workshop, Dr. Amresh sir, Madam, and all the participants. I feel very happy to share in this connection about continuing professional development of the teachers in the digital world. If you observe the world, we find various types of problems in the education. So what are the cause for these problems? What are the solution this problem? We have to understand very clearly. So here we have teacher. A teacher is one who inspires, who gives light for the enlightenment of the student. So here teacher plays many roles. He's an administrator, he's a headmaster, he's a principal, he's a chairman. He plays vital roles in the life. For that, he needs more skills. So here, Mahatma Gandhi said about the learning, live as if you are dying tomorrow. That means you have to live at present. You have no time. So use very carefully about every moment of your life. At the same time, Gandhi said, learn as if you are living forever. You have no death. So you are living in this world. So learn constantly. So here we have living experience, we have learning experience. So relating with the professional development of the teacher, Vivekananda says, awake, arise, stop not until the goal is reached. So Vivekananda says, the professional development of the teacher depends upon the activities done by the teacher. He said, the present life depends upon our past actions. The future life depends upon our present actions. So action plays vital role in the world. Action is the governing principle in the world. So we have to take more care about actions. If you do good things, you will get good results. If you do bad things, you will get bad results. So the happiness or unhappiness depend on the activities of the particular person. So here relating with Jiddu Krishnamurthy for development of professional excellence in the teacher, he said, obstinate questioning is essential for human survival. You have to question very carefully. He said for understanding the education and life, he said about the education. Education is the awakening of intelligence, fostering of integrated life. You have to understand about your body, mind, consciousness. He said, watch constantly every moment without any postponement. Watch every activity to learn many things without having any prejudice. So watch constantly. Education is a light. Right education alone can solve all human problems. He said, right education means learning about oneself, learning about the nature, learning about the surroundings, learning the constant flux of the every moment of the life. He said, if you want to understand education, you have to understand the world. You are the world. The world consciousness is your consciousness. Your consciousness is the world consciousness. So you are an undivided whole. For that, you need total understanding about every moment of life. So here we have to develop many personality development points for the flowering of various types of skills in the teacher in the relating with a digital world. So here you see how to roll, how to play the teacher in the modern society. He has to do, don't criticize, don't condemn, don't complain, understand the people. The teacher has the attitude. If you criticize people, you will get criticism. If you complain other people may complain you. So here understand people, give positive, deep appreciation. So inspire people, encourage people. So here inspiration, encouragement are the sources for the flowering of many good things. Do appreciation and honest pricing for other people to get to many things. So here he has to develop the positive outlook. So impressing that the other person has great things. So the quality of smile. So he has to learn the principle, be a listener, give others themselves. You have to learn the art of listening.
Sir, if you receive any mobile call, na, sir, it is better to disconnect.
Development of
Otherwise,
the teacher
thank you, sir.
in the
Please,
professional skills, he has to watch constantly every moment of his work. So what is the medicine? What is the poison? So here in this world, in the Vedas also said, if you use word, you will get wealth. If you use word in the opposite sense, you will get the property. If you use your word with a positive sense, Amreswar, so are you listening, Amreswar?
sir, audible, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
very good.
Continue, sir.
Yes. So, so what is the medicine? What is the poison? The word creates property, wealth, things, employment, all the things used constantly in the Vedic philosophy also said, speak truth which is pleasant, speak truth which is not relating with unpleasantness. So be careful about the word. So if you use word so negatively, here your tongue is just like a sharp knife. It cuts, it kills. Here your word plays vital role. Your word is the source for death. Your word is the source for prison. So the teacher has to learn how to use the word, because his profession is based on words only. He expresses various types of words for other people. So he has to develop. So carefulness protects life. So we should be very careful about our every activities. Negligence destroys life. negligence punishes life. So here very careful. So don't do anything with the postponement manner. Do at present, living moment to moment, very carefully, live at present. So he has to develop very carefully about various types of activities. He has to live without any comparison. He has to live very independent manner. So the professional development, he needs meditation. He has to study various types of great books of the world. So learn various contents of the world. So constantly allow all directions of the world. Here in the Vedic literature, we said for good learning experience, for flowering of potentiality in the teacher, the Veda said, allow ideas, directions, learning experiences from all directions of the world. The entire world is a one family. It is an undivided whole. Your family is relating with not only human beings, birds, animals, nature, everything in the world. You are a undivided whole. So you have to learn more things about the law. So here for development potentialities, he said right means you have to follow right conduct. Right conduct plays vital role in the life. So you have to develop moral principles, gratitude, friendship. Friendship is a feeling where there is a equality in the hearts. So you have to develop friendship. At the same time, have a good relations with the great people, avoid bad people, do very good things, do meditation, then you will get more experiences, more learning things, happy experience. So here in the modern world, we find cyber crimes, various types of distractions in the world. The teacher has to develop the use of reason. We have in the body, we have reason and we have emotion. So emotion is the source for feelings, love, compassion, tenderness, happiness, doing good things. At the same time, reason. Reason creates inductive reason, deductive reason, questioning, asking everything. So we need the reason to avoid the activities of the cunning fellows in the world. In the world, in the name of technology, in the name of science and technological developments, they are using cyber crimes, they are using very types of harmful things. For that, to know the actual truth, we have to use reason. At the same time, we have to take guidance from our inner soul. So here, the experience of soul is the experience of universe. You have to take the hints from the soul, then you will lead very happily in the world. So do meditation, learn many things, study well, listen very carefully, understand various types of very contents. So understand who are you. You are not body, you are not sense organs, you are not the objects of the sense organs, you are not the motor organs, you are not the mind, you are not the thought. This is a body, this is a vehicle. You have to understand the actual nature of the soul. Soul has the quality of Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, and bliss. Through your soul, you have to take guidance on the basis of inner hints of the soul. You have to learn very carefully. If you learn very carefully through your inner soul, you will get more potentialities. Thank you, Amreswar. Thank you. I am closing this keynote address in this connection. Please share. Are you
Okay,
audible?
sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Next
Audible,
we will
sir.
start the. Okay, very nice. So I invite the next program.
Sir, thank you so much for your brief keynote speech. Reasoning and reason is very, very important because in philosophy and psychology, without reasoning, it is not possible to live peacefully and happily. So whatever we have, expectation is poison. You are always telling it is our duty to redefine and research in our life for professional development and personal development. Your philosophical thoughts are not available in any book, sir, because it's a life examples. So whenever is at the life examples, those things you are, because human intelligence is more powerful than artificial intelligence. So you are a man of psychology, philosophy, and education, because you have B.Ed and M.Ed, you worked more than 10 years as a teacher educator also. You know how to teach and how to learn. Really, I am grateful to you, sir. You are with us. I am muting all. Yes, sir. I muted. Right. So thank you very much, sir. Because of actually here in NEHU, since last night we have some power problem and a network issue raining. So anyhow, we overcome all those things with the help of Dr. Subhash Arya, sir. Now it is my duty to invite again Professor Chennai, sir, to chair the session and start the technical session. Thank you, sir. Please welcome, sir. Chennai, sir, over to you, sir. I think, sir, whenever you receive call, sir, please immediately disconnect, because it is showing some symbol. It indicates you have currently low video is not available. I'm closing your video. Stop video. Yes. Sir, Chennai, sir, is it audible, sir? Sir, your bandwidth is very low. Please don't on your video, sir. It is better to utilize audio only. Yeah, please, sir. You are the chairperson of the today's technical session. Please start the proceedings, sir. Sir, you are not audible, sir. Chennai, sir. Okay, then I will start my presentation before inviting Dr. Asim Sinha, sir. Yesterday, not able to get chance to present presentation. With the permission of chairperson, I think is not reachable. It is better to utilize our time. Right. I will take only 15 minutes. Even I can finish before that also, to give more time to our noble participants. Right. It's a continuing. Good morning to one and all, and respected chairperson of the today's session, and my own teacher, Professor P. Chennai, sir, and other teachers, Asim Sinha, sir, Subhash Arya, sir, Dr. Sutasini Gogoi, ma'am, and Professor Aruna, ma'am, and Professor Radhakrishnan, sir, and other well-wishers and participants. Continuing professional development of teachers in the digital world global perspective. It is a joint paper of myself and our coordinator, Dr. Sutasini, madam. Here, before going to start, I always ask 5 W's. Continuing professional development. What is professional development? Continuing professional development. Where to start and when to start. Whom to start. Why to start and how to start. So here, the continuing professional development cycle. It is our duty in our education. We are always teaching plan, teach, feedback, replan, reteach, refeedback. So here, identify and plan. Planning is very, very important. Failing to plan or planning to fail. If you don't have any plan, there is no guarantee for success. Always better to plan. So that is why the beginning, Jawaharlal Nehru, the then first Prime Minister of India, started planning commission and a Panchavarsha Pranalik. Here, learning activities, learning is always the first step. 21st century learning is sharing. Whatever I have, it is my duty to share with all students, teacher, and colleagues, especially because where you are staying more time. Learning activities. Here, reflect on your learning. So that is why I'm always telling reflective learning, different types of learning, e-learning, online learning, people learning, blended learning, personalized learning. So here the problem-based learning, activity-oriented learning, child-centered learning, different types of learning. Apply your learning. Bloom's taxonomy, I'm going to show 17 slides within the 2 minutes only, because I'm repeating again and again. Those who are new participants, it is very useful for them. The Bloom's taxonomy, we are applying analysis, evaluation, and creations are there, but still we are applying only, but it is better to move beyond application, analysis, evaluation, and creation. Then share your learning. That is why our 7S model, I'm going to show you such select, study, skillful, store, share, and smart. So this is very important. And whenever you need, I'm going to share this PPT with all of you. If you click the link like this, automatically you will get, just I want to show you within 1 second. See, you will get like this. Whenever you are presenting any presentation, if you provide the extra information like this, it is very helpful for the participants. So this is, see here, continuous professional development and continuing what is a profession. Everything is here, identifying your needs, planning and carrying out development activities. So applying your learning, sharing your learning with others. Sharing is very, very important. If you are not sharing, means you are not at all learning. So better to share with all. So just right. So here, why there is a need of continuous professional development? We are going to deal with a 21st century learners. Here, literacy and numeracy is very important. Critical thinking and problem solving is a 21st century skills. Here, engaged thinker, here ethical, here citizen, and entrepreneurial spirit. According to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji is always make in India, made in India. So it is our duty to create job by ourselves instead of always expecting from government side or other side. So self-employment is very, very important. I don't want to read whatever I'm going to share with all of you. You can go through it. Here, the key findings from study of educators' professional learning in Canada. What is the quality content, learning design and implementation, support and sustainability? These things are very, very important. So here you can see the model of differentiation of teachers' professional development in the system of here continuing pedagogical education, Great Britain, Canada, and the USA on the basis of here dominant traits. Multiculturalism. I want to share one information with you, because in the northeastern states, we have more than 200 types of tribes, and they can their own languages. So here it is our duty to think this diversified. In Tokyo, there is one school for students from 40 countries. So multiculturalism is very important. You can go through it. Multicultural competency. I'm going to I have some hands-on activities in the FDP. I will take care of it. Of FDP content, method, forms, and models in Canada. And here you can see democracy and flexibility of PD content. America and India are the best two countries for democratic values, forms, methods, and model choices in the mixture of formal, non-formal, informal environments in the USA. Here, learning is taking place formal way, informal way, and non-formal way. You are learning around the clock, but you are not aware you are learning. So standardization, differentiation of PD content here, professional development methods, forms, and models in Great Britain on the basis of economic and legislative stability provision. So here NEP 2020, there is a need of your legislative support. Right now, we don't have the even legislative, only executive at the higher level cabinet approved the NEP 2020. But hopefully here national professional standards for teachers, retrospect and a roadmap. This is one of the best article I read in the month of July. Professor Pradeep Kumar Misra, PK Misra, University News, he published. Just I want to show, because we are moving from global to local, what you are here. Always see what type of roadmaps. Sir, well, I met in the year 2018 at Varda. blended learning workshop organized by Dr. Shirish Paul Singh, yesterday's keynote speaker, myself and Professor, we are acted as a resource person. This one in the month of July is a number, volume is in June. So here you can see what is in USA. These things are already mentioned in my article also. Just I want to show you the international watch. Yeah, professional standards for teachers suggested by different organization institutions. Why I am taking like this? Whenever you are going to present any presentation, as a research evidence is very, very important. Here you can see the university news, Professor UNESCO, here domain 1, 2, 3, there have here general, here teaching council under Scotland, Australian Institute of Teaching and School Leadership, here professional knowledge, professional practice and professional engagement there. So here UK's Training Development Agency, TDA, here professional knowledge and understanding, professional skills and professional attributes. Here Ontario College of Teachers, professional learning for teaching profession, here standards of practice for the teaching profession, ethical standards for the teaching profession. But I have different opinion. I am moving just one step above the professor's feeling. It is our duty to move from skill to competency, competency to capabilities. Capability is equal to knowledge plus attitude plus skills plus capacity. We need different bunch of skills. So these things you can go through it. It is available in my blog also. I posted. I don't want to read because within a given time I want to share many things with all of you. This one, why you are need of continuous professional development? Because yesterday also we said there are 7 learning styles. Based on the learning styles of the student, it is our duty based on learning outcomes. These are all I am always sharing. That's why I don't want to take more time. So multiple intelligence, functions of brain, where, so which part of the brain functions for what purpose? So it is our duty nowadays. Educational neuroscience and educational neuropedagogy, brain-based learning. We are giving more importance for mind-based only. But yesterday also, and the day before yesterday, Professor Gupta sir from Karnataka, he asked whatever. So we need holistic development, all-round development. So hardware, what is this? He asked what is difference between brain and mind? Simply hardware and software. Brain is a hardware, mind is a software. If you are mentally healthy, it is a combination of both. Here the neurological activity, how you are sensing. Here sensing, selecting, transfer the working memory, storage in long-term memory. How to make long-term memory as a teacher? It is your duty to remember. If you see Professor Chennai sir is never see any paper or any computer screen. Simply whatever thoughts are coming, words are coming is from his memory only, long-term memory, because it's coming from the heart and mind, coordination of heart and mind. Here sensing, I don't want to share. This is the electric signal. Just I give you one live example. Here why we are unable to remember long-term memory and not reaching our goal. Suppose two students are standing maybe distance of 10 meters. The first student want to throw a ball, volleyball or basketball, something. He needs some expected strength and expectation here, time and distance measurement. So if he is not able to estimate, predict how much force he is supposed to use, if he used more force or less force, no use. It is our duty to the sufficient force. In the same way, as a teacher, it is our duty to, it's a continuous, deliberate learning, teaching, research is very, very important. Here, neuropedagogy, this is very important. I'm going to use the laser point here. Neuropedagogy, only we are using even education neuroscience. I did on education neuroscience for MOOC courses. Here, school psychology is concentrating only on emotion and learning. Yesterday, I was interacting with the profs. Dr. Subhas Arya sir, he told it is an affective domain is very important, and don't say it is an emotion. If you say an emotion, they may be treated in other way. Better to use affective domain itself. The role of dopamine is why only few teachers are performing extraordinarily because of dopamine. Because when dopamine is released, the brain, it promotes the feeling of pleasure. If you are getting pleasure, you maybe always try. Why I'm doing all this? Maybe some of participants are asking. Kanchana from yesterday from Tamil Nadu and some Kaur madam from Punjab. Sir, how you are doing? Just a love of profession, like a profession, a passion only. When you are in again myself and Prasthasuni Google ma'am, one more 5E model of here, else model of education, like love, learn, live, L-E-A-V-E, live and live. So whenever you are liking and loving your difficulty level, this one is a Professor Chennai sir. After sharing this PPT, he said as a brain fertilizer, is a brain derive here neurotrophic factor. It is very, very important. So how it is here technology and pedagogy. Why I selected this continuing professional development of teachers in the digital world. All the researchers are stressing there is a need of a competency of technological competency and pedagogical competency. Very few teachers only this one Bloom's taxonomy applying. Above applying 3 levels are there already I told. And the learning cone, just I have another 6 or 7 minutes. The cone of learning you have after 2 weeks reading. What is the sufficient? No. There is some more things you're supposed to do: reading here, listening, seeing, watching movies. I am Kalam, Rab book, proud to be a Sikh, and Tare Jamin Par. And it is better to why I selected 5 parameters of learning, teaching, research, publication, and extension. Here, whenever you are present teaching to others, you can learn 95% actual learning and passive learning. It is always better to be active. 95% what we teach to someone you can remember. So Bloomston's these digital skills, I'm going to give you A to Z. So this is a 7S model: search, select, study, skillful, store, and share. Smart, here specific, excellent, applicable, and reliable, creative, helpful content. Supreme, master, approachable, reachable, and transferable. We need a transferable skills also. So 5Ls model of education already: like, love, learn, live, and live. Live and live. Here, this is very, very good. And just in the month of March 2020 only, here you can see here it is a developing not published articles. And the Springer you will get. Just I want to show you, this is very, very useful. That is why I'm taking. Yes, see here, this one is a Gary Pollan Educational Technology Research and Development Journal. This one, if you click here, you will get the entire articles here. You need this model, SAMR model. Here, substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. In English literature, I like the word means again and again, research, reuse, redefine, reflect, everything is here. You can see technology acts as a direct tool substitute with no functional change. But only one thing I want to share with all of you: technology never a substitute for teacher. It is only a supportable tool. Here, augmentation, technology acts as a direct tool substitute with a functional improvement. Here, technology allows for significant task redesign. Here, redefinition, technology allows for the creation of new tasks previously inconvenience. But here, because of our COVID-19 pandemic, now we shifted this type of thing. This is also I'm always sharing. Some teachers, they have content knowledge but not a pedagogical knowledge. Some teachers, they have technological knowledge but not pedagogical. Someone have pedagogical, not technological. So we need all tips of that's why TPAC we are calling: technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge, which is very important. This one is elements of digital competence. Here I am moving, even this author is also using only competence. It is a capabilities. Better to move from, this is from digital literacy to digital competency. So you can go through it. Is a teacher digital competence framework, but I'm always like to suggest capabilities. Here, broadly based teacher digital competency. I don't want to take time because Asim Sinha sir, he has some program. So here you can see the continuing professional development: always identify, plan, action, review, again reaction. You can take or action and reflect. This one, if you click this link, whenever you are presenting the participants, teachers, students, and scholars, it is better to give additional information in the same slide. Whenever they are clicking, automatically, simply I will take only 1 second. When I click, automatically it will open and you can see what type of information, because it is not my own create. I am taking somewhere. It is my duty to give the credit attributes to them. So this one is a very, very good article. I'm going to share only within 3 minutes. I have time. Continuing professional development, you can see this one, continuing professional development plan. It is better to make how to complete this form. Better to download it, and you can do continuing professional development record, how you can record it. So always vision board. It is better to create your own vision board. Yesterday, chief guest Professor Adinarayan Reddy sir, always he created a vision board. Whenever I visit his chamber, I always what he published published article, number of articles, number of book projects completed, everything. He has a numerical data on his vision board. So it is motivated me to publish. Immediately after completing my PhD 2009, I published my book in the form, my thesis in the form of book. Here the Alberts of professional development planning cycle, you can see, conduct an environmental scan, practical needs assessment. So very few teachers and student scholars, they like to assess himself or herself. Better make a assessment is also a part of learning. You learn through assessment. It is very important. And develop PD programs here, professional development goals, and here identify possible PD strategies. Here finalize action plan and measures, implement action plan, revise action plan as required, undertake here summative evaluation, summative formative evaluation, joint professional development. Here how there are here first one is a professional practice may improve as a result of a variety of the following: part reading, dialogue, collaboration network, participation, curriculum development activities, in service, conferences and professional committees, technology enhancing learning, observation of professional practice, coaching and mentoring, post secondary year coursework, and here considerations for professional development planning. Here funding sources and professional DAD for in the Germany country, they are providing to do research, and even Fulbright fellowship, Commonwealth fellowship, some other international fellowships. More than 40 fellowships are available. Here career development of teachers, myself and Dr. Sutusini Gogoi ma'am. Sir, only 2 minutes, 1 minute, sir. I will take only 1 minute. Professional development. Here we organized one 2-day international workshop. So here I mentioned so many things. You can go through it here. What are the MOOC courses on career development of professional development? These are all career skills here for 2020 navigation, professional development, early career teachers here, building effective professional networks, and these are all professional resilience. These MOOC courses I completed. Simply go through it. Everything I provided here, and free courses with certificate. You will get this one. So, and the recorded video also I can provide you. This one is my last slide. I want to provide this one, my continuing professional development. My plan is always learn, never stop, and there is a lifelong learning. Teach as much as teach, better to teach. Why I'm organizing to present this presentation? I worked hours and hours. I learned many things. Research, it is better. Search again and again, qualitative, quantitative, and mixed method approach. In the publication is here, projects are also will come under research. Publication, better publish whatever you have in the form of edited books, volume, or conference proceedings, or care list, anywhere. It is better to make. If you are not publishing your own things, who will publish? So extensional activities, participating webinars, seminar, conferences, and the symposiums and other meetings, informal interactions. So this one is a video is available. The same topic I got today morning only is a continuing professional development for teachers in digital age, more than 1 hour video. You can watch. Thank you for giving this opportunity, sir. Over to you, Professor Chennai, sir. So I'm just wait. I'm closing, sir. Stopping sharing. Yes. Over to you, Chennai, sir. Chennai, sir, is it audible? Okay. Because whenever a network issue, it is better. Already I informed to the chairperson. Now I am inviting Dr. Asim Sinha, sir, Associate Professor, Northeastern Hill University School of Technology. Sir, over to you, Asim Sinha, sir. I am giving permission to share your screen share. Please, sir.
Okay. Good morning to all. I'll just place the slide first.
Yes, sir, it is visible. You can make it. Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, please proceed, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Customary formality first. Respected P.A. Reddy, sir, the chief guest of this 2-day international conference on CPD in short, that is continuous professional development for teachers. Professor SM Sungo, our and Professor KS Gupta, the special guest of this two-day international conference. Professor B. Panda, the guest of honor. Professor Nongbri, our beloved Dean of School of Education and a very charming person by her personality, Dean of Education. Professor Ibadani CM, the head of the Department of Education. The keynote speaker of the conference as a whole, and also the chairperson of today's sessions, Professor Chennaiya sir. Then the fellow participants. They are fellow because very rightly it is stated by Dr. Reddy, Dr. Amar, that I as one is one of the participants in the whole this 3-week long workshop of the faculty development program as such. And I got this courage only because of Dr. Reddy, and he has extended this privilege to me. Therefore, I consider all of you, the participants who are audience, who are listening, you are not simply listening, but you are also interacting internally, and then better would be if you have any queries or otherwise viewpoint, I will be happy to listen from you as well. I'm trying to just share the things which some of you must be having, but I'm just presenting it from my own perspective as well as my own experience in last 2 years specifically under the title of this international conference, that is, the focus is digital world. Therefore, I have chosen the topic virtual teaching learning specifically for science and technology streams because it may be a challenge, particularly when lab-based classes have to be conducted. That is my last focus, and that will be taken up through one demo in this presentation. I also thank I feel pleasure to thank MORAN College and represented by presently one of the organizers from there, along with Dr. Amar, Dr. Shutashwini Gogoi Madam. So with all this, it has been a very good morning, lovely morning, at least here in Shillong, good weather. However, there were some technical glitches since yesterday night, as Dr. Amar was telling, in the campus, therefore power, and even now also power problem. And related to that, therefore, the outcome was that net connectivity. But I think we all will agree that not only in India, Shillong, Meghalaya, or any other part of the country our nation, across the globe, there is a power problem. Everybody is looking for the power or snatching the power or managing the power on other context. So now, without taking any more time, I just want to let you know that why I have chosen this topic first, because that is what I am taking the 5 W's, what Dr. Amar has just shared with us. So at least we need to know that why this topic. So I think education itself is nothing but dealing with knowledge, taking and giving, and then further sharing. So in that knowledge, knowledge domain itself is a big ocean. Actually, we all know, nothing new I am telling. But when it is combined with a digital framework, that is the ICT, to say in short, information communication technology, that is one tool to be used for education purpose. So it means we are on the distance, and such a vast distance that we need not see each other, but this gap should not be hindrance to our sharing of any new knowledge or information, and therefore how to communicate. So this started happening in real sense since 24th March, specifically 2020. And the causal factor for this was the COVID-19 pandemic. But the slides, some initial slides which I am going to share with you, even though the focus is on science and technology, but to have a background, you will feel that no, this is not new to us. So therefore, when we combine this ocean of knowledge with ICT, then suddenly we find when we go onto the websites, variety of websites, then we find there is so many C's, SEAS, in this big domain of ocean. So I have tried to bring out one drop of that ocean, or one C, you can say, that is virtual teaching learning in science and technology. And the viewpoint is, if it is a challenge, or is it a challenge, then how much and how far we are prepared for it. That is challenge and preparedness. So what is the reality of virtual? Therefore, in short, we say virtual means when we are away from each other. We can call it online, we can call it part of that may be blended also. So you see, virtuality has not been new to us, particularly as far as Indians are concerned. So we should not connect everything with 24th March onward or the COVID-19 pandemic. It has not been new. Why? Because we have been coming across advertisement even today, movies, TV, though it is one-side interaction. So this is also virtual. Somebody works behind the screen in real, and then it presented to us, and that is how we take it, see it, get influenced, and variety of emotions, even information messages are there. So therefore, today the strongest means is television and social media, that is our smartphones. So therefore, we need to accept whether we learning as such, we may not be calling it learning, but somewhere subconscious mind we are learning. That is it practiced? So I have given a color code, yes or no. So obviously it is yes. Then YouTube channel is one has been handy as well as very convenient tool for us, whether repair of a machine at home. If you want to look at the YouTube, refer a YouTube channel. Cookery training.
Sorry to interfere, Asim Sinha sir. Participants are asking, please aloud. Please
Okay.
loudly.
Okay. All right. Am I audible now better?
Yes, sir. Maintain the same pitch.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, fine. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. And thanks, participants. So cookery training, learning about any new app, etc. So therefore, this is not new. So what was past and what is where we are today? So I'm just jumping down to now. If you look at now, only thing is we have a common habit. We have been having a common habit. Slowly it may be changing now, that when we watch a movie, when we look at the advertisement, some advertisements are very exciting or very brain teasing, or sometimes very motivating. So we feel very emoted, that good feeling is there, but we never try to share that as a feedback. Even for movies, for a very short period, yeah, good movie, that acting was good, or that should not have been there, and so on. Similar goes for the news items. Therefore, feedback taking or giving has been in our practice also in subconscious mind, what we can call it interaction. But the same thing when it comes in the classroom environment. Therefore now, and I have tried very consciously to give some colors with a reason. Now means danger or no, that is given in red color, because we are not very habitual as a student as well as teacher. Therefore, as a teacher, under the faculty development concept, we need to promote this feedback process among the students also. It is also our duty. Simply teaching, simply imparting instructions, or sharing their questions and answering them is not sufficient. We as teacher in today's time have to be multifaceted in this respect. So if it is virtual, then the last question of this slide in the last line comes, are we tense? Do we disagree that we should not, and therefore we disincline towards virtual teaching learning process, that is online classes, or accepting the digital mode? So if the answer is yes, then, and that has to be with the time changing fast, then we have to accept it. But road is blocked. Reason, we don't know how to move forward. Therefore, firstly, we have to accept, and then we have to go for preparation for it. These are certain components. I will quickly name them. You all know, I have not to say. So study materials are available, lectures and labs are there, audio visuals are there, but it is all one-sided. Khan Academy is becoming very, very popular, not only because the presentation, not only because the way he speaks or covers the topic, but also because this particular online interaction is one-sided interaction, is that this gentleman has covered variety and vast number of topics. You name it and it will be there. And this person is ready. If something is missing, then he will pick it up and prepare for you. And very simple language. E-classrooms therefore have come now. Many are there. I am not naming them here. E-examination has come up, where under e-examination, point number 6, if you see, CBE, that is closed book examination. This is our classroom culture, offline. Open book examination, we consider a lot of understanding, interpretation, and practice is required for on-book examination, open book examination for the teachers as well as for the institute. We think that open book examination is nothing but copying. It is not so. Lot of expertise, lot of practice, and lot of confidence is required, which will come slowly provided we are ready to do that. Therefore, one of the very strong tools using the application of AI, artificial intelligence, the under LMS, that is learning management system, or we can say EMS also, education management system, a proctored examination has come up, transformed from physical invigilation. Copying should not be there. Consultation of websites should not be there or checked. Whether it is lengthy questions to be answered, big questions, or multiple choice, everything can be proctored now. A variety of efforts are being done in the country by various institutes. I will request and expect from Dr. Amar also that sooner or later, with the help of some more people in NEHU, maybe from technology also, we should think of designing, finding out that how to train our teachers and promote the concept of proctored examination under digital or virtual teaching learning process. So therefore, distance learning, we have been listening. First university in India was IGNOU. It has been doing the wonderful job. And now we are listening new terms like blended, flexible, flipped learning. All are dependent on cloud database. These are the challenges. First is the mindset. So please look at the first point and on the left side under challenges, and the last point, number 9, on the right side under opportunities. So I began with mindset, and again color coding is there. There is a reason for it. Starting with red, no. Slightly hesitation is going, fading out, understanding. Then how to move forward. Little courage is developed in the teacher as a person. Lack of adequate infrastructure, a big hesitation, and probably a scope of escaping from the system. No, it is not possible. Institute will take care of that. Technology knowledge, so if it is taken care of that, some blue days are in the offing. That is, we have to prepare ourselves for the technology involved in it. Then we have to be in pace with the co-students. That is, it may be peer pressure, or that is the opportunity side. So we teachers in the teachers common room or in the colleges, or if we are having chamber and faculty meeting, we should consult all this. that I am slowly learning this technology, how to strengthen further. So slowly when we are moving towards down, then we find that doubts and confusions still remain, but now it is becoming greener and greener. Means it is acceptable. We are feeling happy that I am able to do something better and more. And then finally we land up with delivering the content and then trying to examine myself. Please look at on the right side, under the opportunity. Parallel to examination and achievement, it is not only for teacher, student, it is also for self-testing. What many speakers, including Dr. Amar, has been telling, that reflective learning. So I have written it as dual testing, and it is for subject content, may have to be modified according to the ICT tool which we are using, and even testing our capability for ICT tool handling. So finally, having crossed all these hurdles one after another, many are self-inhibitions, and a few are the physically visible hurdles or problems. And if all of them are taken care of one by one, then the last step is, now am I prepared? Can I do it? This was the challenge, starting from mindset. And therefore we say yes, embrace ICT, that is digital world, the topic of today or this conference, which is because it is a future also, and therefore overcome the mindset, the fear, and that is the mindset. That is how the psychology has to be developed among us, if not till now. And if we have already overcome all these challenges, then we have to keep strengthening through updating with other developments taking around. So what actually, I will just quickly take the middle one. See, it is asynchronous and synchronous, which is self-paced. I mean, whenever I want to, as Dr. Amar is doing throughout this 3 week, that he is every day he is sharing the YouTube recorded videos, audio visual of every speaker. But synchronous, right now, all of us are listening to this talk, and even the coming next after me. Therefore, the revised Bloom's taxonomy, it is very important in the sense for us. 3 components are there. Dr. Amar also has told my previous speaker earlier. I was looking to the one of the graphics very carefully. 3 components in today's time under digital utilization or ICT is subject content of my subject. Second is the plan to prepare a lecture and taking it up to the level of creation, preceded by evaluation and application. These are the HOTS. They are called the HOTS, high order training or teaching skill. So therefore, we have to apply this process of development of mental faculty as well as cognitive among the students also. If we keep this, then evaluation and assessment also becomes very handy and very useful. And therefore, we get learning outcome based teaching. So therefore, we have subject content, we have the pedagogy content, and we have the technology content. That is what it was said a little before. I'm just repeating. So I'll go to the next one. Okay, these are some theories. I'll not go deeper into this. These are behaviorism, cognitivism, and socialism. And from here only we get formative assessment and summative assessment for the students. All right, conditions of learning sciences. Okay, now I want to directly take you to the biggest challenge in science and technology discipline, that is practical. So therefore, I just want to caution each one of us, including myself, that mere command of the subject knowledge is not sufficient for virtual teaching learning process. That has been said a lot of many times. One of the major objectives of this 2-day international conference with the title of Digital World is this only by the organizers. Very thoughtful, topic selected, that in the digital world, what are the constraints and challenges, or how we can excel by doing something out of that. So therefore, we have to motivate and prepare our students also to take up the virtual learning. They have taken, but still they are not. One stigma is still prevailing that students want to come back to classroom. That is good for many reasons, for teachers, for students, for the institute for that matter, and because firstly because of the some physical environment is created. But having said that, also Corona has given us some new ideas to venture and to take up the challenge. Therefore, conduct of class towards the end, I'm showing you in the red, again in the red, because some uh, some problems. The moment we think of how to conduct a lab for our students in a digital world mode or virtual mode, then it was a big challenge how to do that. Therefore, I take you to the impact of this. That is what I have written. COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, it is not good, and still we are listening and getting prepared for third wave, probably maybe by next month. But it has been a blessing in the shadow. Instead of writing blessing in disguise, it was not a disguise. It is COVID-19 pandemic or virus is already known, identified, vaccines are there. Therefore, we cannot say it is a disguise. It is very much known to the scientists, but it has come to us as a blessing in the shadow. Means behind it, in the name of it, we are learning new skills, and therefore all challenges, more to come, are turning into opportunity, but that has to be done by us only. Therefore, why virtual? Some positive aspects have been written here. I will not use them. We all know now. Now I finally come to the last slide, and therefore with a demo. Any place, purpose of virtual lab. This I have taken from the site of this vlab.co. This is the philosophy. And let me tell you that National Mission on Education through ICT, this is not because of Corona pandemic. Those who are dealing with education as a subject, Dr. Amar is one, maybe from Moran College also, Dr. Gogoi, and many of you as a co-participants, my co-participants. This has been an age-old, I mean, very long back, this concept was there. What was the reason of this? The reason was that they want to, the government thought that how to take the lab, how to make it realize or feel a student who do not have the facility in their school or college, a lab facility. Lab facility is not only the building, it is also a huge cost in terms of equipment and running material, that is the consumable. But science is to be taught to begin with. Technology comes later, follows. Therefore, how they should realize have the real feeling of a subject taught in theory, for which lab is required. But because of financial constraints and many other things, the village students are not getting that access and the feeling the beauty of it, things happening. Therefore, this virtual concept came into the mind. Today, we are thinking that maybe this is one way because of Corona pandemic. So that is what I want to tell you, the history of virtual lab. And therefore, under this initiative of MHRD earlier, now MOE, there are quite a few biotechnology, physical and chemical sciences, and many branches of engineering. And these are one or two websites I have taken, and the major partners presently, institutes in India which are doing, I have written for you many major IITs, Triple IT Hyderabad, NITK Suratkal, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham in Kerala, in Pune also, I think it is a College of Engineering, the Alvag Institute. These are there. Yet it is said that virtual learning, they are having only 120 labs here in the red, nearly 120 labs of the MHRD virtual lab project, means many more are still required, and there is an opportunity. It is not a challenge. There is an opportunity. If I quickly connect under the MOOCs connected with API for promotion and self-satisfaction that my one or your one creation is being used countrywide online as one virtual lab. So they are offering that this is the objective. Rethink on the best practices regarding pedagogy, storyboards, lab manuals. You can prepare lab manuals for your own lab experiment in a much more simpler way. Documentation, and then the technology for building a high quality simulator. So it is going to be a teamwork. One prepares content, another prepares the interface of simulator or the technique, and that is how one virtual lab on a particular experiment is created. So I take this is therefore the virtual lab becomes a key to use, a key to ease and success. And now I take you to the this. Just allow me to make it smaller in the screen because I want to take you to the one of the websites. Just one minute. See, I have, can you, am I still audible, I believe?
Yes, sir, audible. And
okay.
Sir,
This is the last
just
one.
want to remind you, you told you have meeting at 11:45.
I know. They have,
okay,
no,
sir.
I did not get time to inform you back that because of me, they have adjusted. They said, okay, I can finish up to 12. Thanks to, I mean, remind me, but okay. I could not send you the message for that. They have considered my this constraint. Okay. Now this is, I have taken Amrita Vidya Vidyapeetham, which is in Kerala. They are doing tremendously good job since long, and they are trying to still to develop, and they are offering also that you have open access. I can show you here login. If I log in here, then if you are a fresh student or teacher, I mean, all our participants who are teachers, they can share this type of facility available in India, from India on the web to our students. They can also use it. Nothing is hidden nowadays. And we should feel great that what a teacher is using as a resource from website, internet, and the same students can also do, because now the website is becoming e-library for many things. So this a fresh participant to this website can go for log up and then sign up, and then after having made the account can go to login. So I am already logged in, therefore I am showing you one experiment of chemistry because I am from chemical science background. So suppose this is EMF measurement, in short they have written, but the objective is written here. So there are many options one by one. Right now it is on the theory. I go to the procedure. I go, is the screen visible? Dr. Amar, what I am sharing, is it visible?
It's visible.
Visible, sir, visible.
Okay, all right. Just for one confirmation. Then, so see up to here, theory and procedure, it is nothing but what we are sharing with our students in the form of manual. So this is, they have broken into two parts, including the calculation. See here, observations and calculations, and then the results. So exactly the same way we do. Now, what is left for a teacher from science or technology discipline to share with the student in a comfortable and confident manner is the simulator. So I log in I put my okay. Oh, just give me. Yeah. So it is loading first. I just want to give a demo. Now this is a EMF electromotive force. At least I consider some or one of you maybe from the science background and particularly a lower level of chemistry experiment I have picked up here. So may be able to understand. So what they have shown one cell, electrochemical cell, which is made up of two sides which are called electrodes. And this is the voltmeter which will measure directly, and they have therefore whatever minimum technical or scientific terminologies are required involved in this experiment, they have written in the picture form. Now I have to go on the left side, this 3 bars, parallel bars, and now my experiment starts. So I select, I'm just giving you one demo. Suppose I select zinc electrode. So you can see here zinc has become here, zinc sulfate. I can vary the concentration of this solution. I let it remain like this. And if I take zinc, suppose I take zinc, just for my curiosity, or maybe I'm just trying to play with the experiment. So I take zinc, you can see the answer 0. Because here also it is zinc sulfate and zinc sulfate. Therefore, the result has come 0. Because with two same electrodes, there cannot be any movement of electrons. Electricity will not be generated. Therefore, there is no EMF. That is a simple theory. But if I want to go for coppers, for example, different electrodes, so negative. So that is how we learn. Now, this is only for a demo to our students, and students can also understand, and they can work in this way on the with the help of virtual lab. Now, if this is the only presentation with one very famous, hardworking, and well recognized by Ministry of Education institute, that is Amrita Vidyapeetham, then we also should be encouraged as teacher to create our own virtual lab. Only thing is simulation part, technology people, particularly we have one very able colleague from that discipline of electronics communication engineering, Dr. Arya. So we can think of these type of creations one day. So it is the amalgamation, teamwork of subject and technology. And how good to best to present, how easy to make for students to consider. You can see here one more thing. When I use copper sulfate.
Sorry to interfere, Asim Sinha sir. Sorry to interfere. We have another 4 paper presenters are there.
I'm finished.
Please
I'm finished.
conclude.
It is
Yes.
finished now. It is finished. If our participants have liked it, it is good enough, and if they have understood. So this is how we do, and I will close this one. Last, the future of the education mode from digital only further is going to be augmented reality, which is for the and that will be more useful, more and more required also for the conduct of experiment. Therefore, this is not the end of that what we are doing up to today in the form or in the name of online or virtual classroom teaching, but it is the future begins from here. More and more in the advanced manner. I think I need to say thanks to organizers and participants for giving me opportunity and patient hearing of my presentation respectively. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your innovative presentation, sir. It is very useful for the science students and teachers. Maybe they think in the pandemic how to do practicals. I am also a BSc Maths, Physics, Chemistry graduate. I can understand what you are going to convey to our participants. Thank you very much, sir. Aapka dhanyawad.
Thank
Now
you.
it is my privilege to invite Dr. Subhas Arya, sir, to present his presentation. This one is an innovative presentation. Sir is going to show some demonstration. He is a man of electronic and communication engineering, Northeastern Hilly University. Sir, I am allowing you to present your screen. Over to you, sir.
Just 1 minute, Dr. Arya, please don't mind. Dr. Amar, if you allow me, can I leave?
Already, sir, your screen already I taken permission, sir. I taken rights.
No, that is fine. That is fine. But can I leave the session for my another meeting?
Please, sir. Please.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Over to Subhas Arya, sir. Sir is electronics and communication engineering, and sir doing more research in the field of social sciences also. Sir is a social activist. Sir is a lover of reform. So it is our duty to respect and invite Dr. Subhas Arya, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Amar, for giving me an opportunity. I'm just sharing. Please let me know. Is my slide is visible? Is this slide is visible? This one. Okay, I want to just ensure that whether this slide is visible. My slide is visible. Anyone can respond?
Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Speaker sign is there. You got it? I hope my slides are visible. And sorry, actually, we are sitting in the same room, and that is why two computers are working together, and maybe echo is coming to you. So give me 1 minute.
1 minute, sir. I will make something. I leave as otherwise. If I leave, it is problem.
Don't need to leave. Only one. Okay, continue. Sorry for making you, all of you, waiting. So without taking your much time, first of all, Professor Chennaiya sir, respected Professor Chennaiya sir, who is the chairperson of this session, Dr. N. Amreshwar Reddy, Sruta Shoyi madam, and colleagues, Dr. Asim Sinha sir, and dear participants. So the topic of today's presentation is this silicon photonics, a pervasive area of research for continuing professional development of teachers in the digital world. So basically the area is this silicon photonics, and silicon photonics is now becoming a pervasive area. It means it is penetrating the way electronics devices, electronic circuit, electronic system has changed our way of life, right from hardware, software to artificial intelligence. So so this is one of the very emerging field, silicon photonics. So silicon photonics can be defined as the implementation of photonic integrated circuit using CMOS technology in CMOS fabrication system. So what is CMOS? CMOS technology and CMOS fabrication technology is used for developing electronics ICs. Electronic IC, which people are aware, like in your mobile, in your laptop, in your all electronics related device system, we use integrated circuit. So, but why we are moving towards photonic? With the simple reason that it has tremendous bandwidth with very high computational ability. These two things motivate us to move towards photonic, and that to silicon. Earlier, silicon is very bad optical material. It would have gained momentum with electronics as far as photonics is concerned, the use of silicon, but being a indirect bandgap material, it is not a good optical material. But later on, in year 2000 or so, people have find out different ways and means to exploit the silicon material for photonic purposes. So that is why it is gaining a momentum. Now, this is the things. Now, for continuing professional development of teachers, for teachers doing research is relatively difficult, particularly when it is a case of active engagement, because teacher has to teach the courses, teacher has to participate in evaluation, teacher has to do administration job, and so many. So most of the research is done by the research scholar and working under the supervision of teachers. But unless you yourself are in a touch with the cutting edge technology, unless you are well versed, it is very difficult to supervise also. And with in this changing world, in this fast changing world, it is very difficult for a teacher to be on track. So that is why I am trying to tell you what are the ways and mechanisms, what are the opportunities through which a teacher can put at par with the present researcher. And now in this digital world, see, I have shown this picture. Left hand is picture of mine here, where I was attending a hands-on training for IC designing at IIC Bangalore in their science laboratory under INUP program. So we are here 5 in a group who were assigned to fabricate MOS capacitor. MOS capacitor, I can show you. This is the MOS capacitor which we have fabricated using CMOS foundry. So this was the case just before the pandemic in year 2019. November 2019, I attended. So these 5 people are here in a bunny suit. So this is the bunny suit. After wearing it, only we can enter into clean room, because we need very high standard clean room. $1 billion investment is required to commission, to establish foundries, and these foundries are available at R&D level, not even for commercial purpose in India. So before pandemic, when face-to-face activities were going on, then we have to go here. However, what I'm trying to emphasize here, how can we do the same kind of research by sitting here in this way. So this is the topic. I think I'm able to draw your attention, kind attention, as far as topic is concerned. So you can see, you can identify this is me here. Now coming on the outlines. So introduction, how silicon photonics is a pervasive area of research. Then what are we doing in the area of silicon photonics as far as our light wave communication system laboratory in NEHU Shillong is concerned. Then as a demonstration, I will show how to design an IC, photonic IC. Photonic IC, that to industry standard, means after this design you immediately give to foundry and foundry shall able to fabricate it, and after fabrication you can do its measurement and use for the set purpose and do the publication like that. And next one is the opportunities available for teachers for their professional development. I mean basically here research in a chosen area of your research to be very specific in the area of silicon photonics. And last will be acknowledgement and references. So you see silicon photonics, as I told you, the manipulation of light on a silicon platform. On a silicon platform, you manipulate the light with the help of different devices for switching purpose, for modulation purpose, for sensing purpose, and so on. So this silicon photonics market forecast is given here for this year 2019 to 2015. You can see silicon photonics is penetrating to data center, long-haul transceiver, optical interconnect, automobile lidar, immunosensing test, fiber optic gyroscope, 5G transceiver, and from 2019 to 2025, it has been projected that there shall be 40% jump in this market, and it will go up to $3.9 billion investment. Or people are investing. These different companies are investing. So this is that is why there is a need of a trained manpower to work into this field. Now this is a typical simplest picture of photonic integrated circuit PIC, which is the silicon based. So this is a magenta interferometer MZI. This is ring regenerator, micro ring regenerator. This is detector, and this is waveguide. So these are the simple 4-5 circuits, functional circuit on a silicon wafer. So and using this, you can make large number of high volume of integrated circuit, that is the photonic integrated circuit. In the current scenario, this magenta interferometer, which consists of two Y branches here, one is here, second is here, and two arms, one is here, second one is here. Light is passed from the input. It will divide it into two parts and travel from these two different arms. If one of the arm is working as a sensing arm, suppose here we put here some coronavirus, then what will happen? And this is simply a reference arm. Then what will happen? When light is passed through this one, because of the change in the characteristics of this waveguide, its refractive index will change. That is, the refractive index will change because of the presence of the external element. In this case, here say coronavirus. And then what happens? The phase of the light will change. And at this coupler, at this Y junction coupler, there will be change in the peak, that is constructive interferences. So that change, if we are able to detect, then we can say yes, there is a presence of some coronavirus. So this is a simple example I want to tell how this simple device can be used as a sensing element beside your modulator, as a switch, etc. Now coming to what we are doing at our laboratory in the NEHU, that is Light Wave Communication System Laboratory. Basically, our work can be divided into two parts. until the main goal that is called multi-terabit transceiver for data communication, for long haul communication with very, very high speed. So first area, to design advanced modulation format and multiplexing techniques in optical domain for extremely very, very high data rate, terabit, multi-terabit, not even 1 terabit, multi-terabit. And SCI index publication has been done. I have shown this. This is a constellation diagram of 640 gigabit per second with the help of dual polarized 256 quadrature amplitude modulation based the optical transmitter and receiver system. And this constellation diagram is uh, received at the acceptable level at 160 kilometer. This system is perfectly working up to 160 kilometer at this tremendous speed. So this is the one work under this title, to design advanced modulation format. There are different modulation formats we are trying to develop, and some of the work we have published also. One PhD has been awarded in this work, and total four SCI index publication has been done. I will show you the reference. Second task is to model and design space division multiplex fiber, optical fiber, as well as RBM dot fiber amplifier for to support tremendous bandwidth, high data rate. So we need if we are improving in the transmitter as well as receiver, in order to support this, we need appropriate channel. This is what is your multi-core fiber channel. So there also one PhD thesis has been submitted. We are waiting for evaluators report, and there also 3 SCI index publication has been done. Now coming on to this third topic, a student has submitted his thesis on the topic to model and design plasmonic material based silicon modulator, silicon optical modulator. See, here we are using a novel material that is called plasmonic material, of which property is changing with the help of change in the biasing potential from insulator to conducting. And we use this device as an absorber of the light, then it will work as a off switch, and if it is working as a dielectric, then it will pass on the light. The next one is this. This is design, fabrication and characterization of silicon-based optical devices on SOI platform. Here, basically, myself is involved. As I told you, it's teacher responsibility also to keep pace, to do himself or herself work, so that what should be in contemporary and professional development should be continuation. Now, after that, this as I believe, to minimizing the whatever we are preaching and whatever we are practicing. Even as a teacher, wherever it is possible, we should do first, then try to tell others. So this, you can see, this is photonic integrated circuit, a course where I have designed a photonic integrated circuit, as well as fabrication and its measurement. Then it was in 2018. This was in 2019. I think this is October. Then this was in December 2019, and this was April 21. So you see, and it although it looks as a course, but this course is not simple course. This course has a project based, in which you have to design an IC, and they will fabricate and measurement, and based on that you can do your own research. And this last one, I have completed a course on how to do peer review. Your if as a reviewer also, teacher has to discharge his or her duties. So I used to do, but I thought, let me pursue a course how perfectly we can do, how honestly, or how up to the mark or up to the standard we can do our duty. So this just August 2021 I have completed. So not overemphasizing on this, just telling that we as a teacher has to set the example, then only your student will follow you. And these are the final these devices which I have developed, and it was fabricated on GDS lab. I will show you. And as far as fabrication is concerned in the foundries, this is the procedure. Number one, we have a silicon wafer or the silicon substrate, this buried oxide, and this is the silicon material on which we develop devices or circuit, photonic circuit. The procedure is first we have to do spin resist. Actually, this there is a circular disc which is very thin silicon wafer. It on that this there is a HSQ resist is used. Uh, through spin coating, we coat, and then after that we bake it. And using electron beam lithography, we develop pattern based on the circuit. The circuit may be like this. The circuit may be like this, and we develop the pattern. After that, we do plasma etching here, and our device is available. To protect this area from the external environment, we deposit silicon dioxide. If we want to the same waveguide for sensing purpose, then we should expose to external environment this much area. Otherwise, we can close with the help of silicon dioxide. So this is the standard process flow to design an IC on silicon. Electronic people extensively use, but the same facility which is already in existence, which is already matured throughout the year, the same facility can be used to design photonics integrated circuit. This is the greatest advantage of going into silicon photonics. We need not to establish new foundries for the fabrication of this photonic integrated circuit. These are the result MJDI. I want to just show you here. Please keep it to mind. I will show how to design it. So this was the theoretical one, and this is the experimental one. Experimental means after fabrication of actual device, measurement was done, then this is the reading. Similarly, this is the gain profile of ring resonator, micro ring resonator, and this is MZI. So this is the characteristics. We can see there is exact match whatever we simulated and whatever we have fabricated. And this we still we are in waiting to get the result of FIR silicon lattice filter. Okay, and what are the opportunities available to us? To teachers, so that they can do the research work. I would like to draw your kind attention that iSTEM iSTEM is a government initiative which is giving now console multi-physics, a very expensive software freely available now on this platform to the Indian researcher, particularly in academics. So those who want to work, please download this, give a request them and download and use it extensively so that you can carry forward your research work. I correctly remember in 2016, when I got a project, I bought the same software for a single user license with limited number of modules at the rate of 13.5 lakhs. Can you visit my major fund goes to buy this software. Now, after 5-6 years, this software is available freely to the academic or researcher community. So please, I would request, please utilize. And now this WebEx also we are utilizing through this iSTEM platform. Yesterday on 5th.
Yes, sir. Please conclude. Please conclude.
Yeah. Okay. Just this is the second last slide only. So you see here, just 2 days before, I came to know that for electronic IC fabrication, also this eFabless agency is giving free of cost fabrication, packaging, evaluation board, and shipping, because this is sponsored by the Google. So as a researcher, one should utilize this facility. And lastly, I would like to acknowledge Amreshwar Reddy, Shutashwini Madam, for giving me this valuable opportunity to share my research outcomes. I'm grateful to Professor Sungo, Professor Nobri, Professor Deepanda, Professor Brinda from the Department of Education, and Professor Chinnaya sir for giving me valuable space and time uh, to share these outcomes. And I express my acknowledgement to my various deans of SOTs such as Professor Koparkar, who is not retired, Professor Gautam Saha, Professor L.J. Singh, HODs of my department, Dr. Rupaban Subedar, and my department colleagues who have fully cooperated in the department to carry forward this research with my research scholars. And thanks to dearest participants uh, for your patience hearing. This is the list of publication for last 5 years done by my laboratory students. I have not included anything extra. All are here. All are listed publications which came out from our laboratory. Dr. Amar, can you give me 5 minutes to show the demonstration? I will not design. I will just execute these things. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Please finish
I will not design. I will
within
just.
5
I have
minutes.
already designed. I will.
Okay, sir. Please.
Now have this. I'm going to use this console multiphysics. Not so sorry, it is not console multiphysics. This is the K layout. K layout is again a freely available platform on which we develop this Max-Zeta interferometer. I would like to tell you. Let me show you to bigger. This is Y branch, which splits the light, and these are the two arms. First arm above and below. And again, this is a broadband directional coupler. Due to paucity of time, I have not designed. Otherwise, I would have designed here in the blank area. To utilize this time, I will just execute it. And this is the input and two outputs. One output is in phase and other output is out of phase. So you will get two outputs if we simulate. So after designing, we have to check its functional verification so that there should be no layout error. If layout error is there, Foundry is not going to accept, because if error is there, their machine may get damaged. And that is why these foundries are very, very particular that your design should be error free. After that, if we simulate using this numerical interconnect, its output will be available at another platform. That platform now I will share. Just stop sharing. Then going to this one. I think screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It is just yes, sir. Now visible.
Yeah, you can see here it took only 0.07 seconds, I think. And simulation result also is visible to you. I think you can see these curves. One is a blue curve and another one is the green curve. Let me show you this line width so that you can see nicely. Can you see? Please, anyone can tell? These two curves. Here is a compact model of this Max-Zeta interferometer, and this is the result. So you see here, nice curve has come of constructive interference, destructive interference, but both are out of phase. So shift in the phase, shift in the peak of this wavelength can determine whether whether sensing element is available or not. The way I told you, even coronavirus can be also sensed using Max-Zeta interferometer. One biggest example I would like to tell again, that LIGO, you must have heard that laser interferometer based gravitational wave. There is a sub laboratory, big laboratory. Few years back, Nobel Prize was given to scientists who could able to detect the gravitational wave. So in India also, one laboratory, LIGO laboratory, have been established in Maharashtra to sense gravitational waves in the universe. There are very, very weak waves which tries to disturb the shape of the earth, but it is very, very difficult to detect it. But with the help of Baxander interferometer, we can detect those things. And detection itself, make people so much popular. And I think few years back only the inventor got the Nobel Prize. So with this, thank you so much for giving me opportunity. Let me stop sharing. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Amar.
Thank you very much, sir. You were very excellent presentation. Even the chat box the participants are posting is a creative, innovative. Yes, even we are also not aware of electronics and communication engineering virtually, how you can teach to students, because our scholars and students are unable to attend physically to the lab. Is very innovative. If possible, you can plan for one program for this one, sir, because communication is very, very important. We can organize one program, collaborative program with your department without taking time. Now now I am inviting. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Amreshwar, are you listening my voice?
Excellent, sir. Now you can invite, sir. Yeah, please, sir. Please, you proceed, sir.
No. You start the program. I will listen. Because it has some communication gap network plus. Kindly continue, Amresh sir. I am here in this total
Okay,
program. I will attend here and now. You please continue my program as a chairperson.
Thank you.
I
Thank
this work to you.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Now
you.
I am requesting our own colleague, my Akka and Professor Brunda Bezli Karbirimbai ma'am, to present her presentation. Ma'am, Brunda ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Dr. Amar.
Yes, ma'am. I allowed to present, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Amareshwaran Reddy from Department of Education, NEHU Shillong, and also Dr. Shutashwini Gogoi from Moran College, Assam, for giving me this opportunity to make some presentation on professional development of teachers. I would like to thank also all the participants who are here today for, you will be seeing me in this platform for a while. I'll be sharing my presentation. So I would like to share the screen. I'll be just sharing this. Hope you can see. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Is a progress. Yes, ma'am. Excellent, ma'am.
Okay. So regarding this, my topic is on professional development of teachers during COVID-19 pandemic. And in this topic, actually, if you see, I just want to show how our teachers are actually coping during this COVID-19 pandemic. And I also want to show you certain kind of, ICT where teachers are actually using for professional development. And I also want to show you, in fact, my entire presentation also moves around a little bit on the Northeast, where some kind of professional development of teachers can take place in the teacher training institutes. So here, first of all, as you can see in the slide, I just want to highlight a few issues on the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think we all know that this is a very, this COVID-19 pandemic has just come all of a sudden. And therefore, the entire world was shocked and they were very strong measures for the social distancing. And of course, the lockdown has happened also, which has been applied. And now, if you see in India itself, we have around more than 3.63 crores of COVID positive people, and most of them have recovered, but there are a lot of deaths also which has happened. And of course, if you see, the education system also around the world has witnessed a significant change due to the impact of ongoing global pandemic. And it is now, we all know very clearly that we call this a new normal, which has been created, because in this new normal, we never expected this thing to be there. So we have adapted ourselves, and therefore it is known as the new normal. And still, teachers are delivering lectures, still students are in contact with the teachers, and of course all the learners, they have all come, in the new platform, which is called the digital and the integrated platform. So here we are combining the print and the digital network together. So basically, if you see, all kind of disruption has taken place from our daily lives, from the traditional mode to the digital world. And in this disruption, if you see, a real shift in education has taken place, which in fact requires our teachers to take this new role very effectively. And studies have shown, that many countries were also supporting the teachers by giving them proper training, especially in countries like South Africa, and then also the Middle East, and also China and Japan. If you see, the studies were there where the government was supporting the teachers and training them online so that they can cope with this new type of situation. And this transmission of the COVID-19 throughout the world has not only affected the education system, it has also affected the health, the social, the psychological, economic, and many other consequences. So therefore, in education more so, the closure of school has actually hit the teachers in a way where it has, it has caused some kind of stress on them. And therefore, this students both were stressed, the teacher and the students. So you can see in this slide, there's some kind of studies which has been done, carried out by Asmanson and also Taylor recently in 2020, and also by Rodrigues in 2020, which says clearly that this COVID-19 pandemic disease has carried out many consequences that may affect people's health, and also their, not only the physical health, but also their human, the mental health, and also their the human emotions. And another very important issue was this term lockdown. Now, lockdown, again, if you see studies done by Raj Kumar and many others, which you can see in the slide, it has caused anxiety for the children, especially in schools, because they are not able to come out of their home, and also the teachers had to adapt. So this kind of issues were there, and therefore a lot of research has been done on this, and so as to check what kind of impact it has had on the teachers. And some of them have also completely stopped their work, some teachers, because they feel they cannot continue anymore. And of course, this has increased the risk in many situations, the health sector and also the social workers. And the health crisis is also triggering an economic crisis in the global level, and according to UNESCO. Now, recent studies was done by UNESCO. You can see the data here, how many students have been affected by this pandemic in their studies. 90% of the students were enrolled in by March 2020, and you can see by the by the beginning of 2021, you can see only 48.7% of the students were enrolled. So the remaining of them have all left. So this it has created concern for all of us, the teachers. And also UNESCO has stated, even the data of last month which has been taken, it says that 9.1 million teachers across the world have been impacted by this pandemic. Related to school closures, and out of which 63 million affected teachers are untrained, and they are trying to cope with the challenges. So therefore, training is the basic requirement now at this point of time, and professionally, teachers have to be trained. So now, when in this slide, I want to show you about NCTE, or the National Council for Teacher Education, which is in fact the main body who trains teachers and or professionally, and also, right from the right at the school level, and also goes up to the higher level. So teacher education also comprises of the teaching skills, the sound pedagogical theory, and also many areas of professional skills. And the NCFTE, or the National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2009, also has had very strong guidelines for framing curriculum for the teachers, but they have never thought that, that this kind of situation would occur and teachers would go online all of a sudden. So therefore, we have to be very, very precautious, as you don't know what is coming up. Even with the government, they have to be very careful and keep some kind of situations like in the curriculum where we can have the blended mode of learning. So the northeastern states especially, we have had a very paucity, we have had paucity of qualified manpower. So you can see most of, even in NEHU, if you see, our teachers are employed all over the world, and also India, and also from the mainland. Because from our side in the northeast, you see, we still have to be trained and skilled in many aspects and many courses. So here I just want to show you, I could not get the data of 2020, but I got the data of 2015 and 16. Just wanted to show you the present scenario of teacher education institutes in the Northeast India. So you can see Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and Assam as the highest number, in fact, in BEd and MEd, and also the diets. In Meghalaya, we have only one MEd institute, which is in our department in Northeastern Hill University, and BEd we have 6, and the diets we have 11. So also the other states which are visible to you, you can have a look. So this clearly shows that we are still very low when compared to the mainland India. And of course, these are the institutions, the management, the affiliating body, the intake of students, and the sessions, which you can see of all the diets. And then again, if you see here, these are the institutions of the BEds. You can see again the management, affiliating body, the course, the intake, and the session. So in MEd, you can see here, this is, we just have one. The management is the central government, and of course affiliating body is NEHU only. So most probably they will be in Meghalaya, I'm talking about, but in Assam, of course, there are 4 institutes of MEd. Most probably in Meghalaya, we will be opening up more institutes with this kind of curriculum. So therefore, when we talk about professional development of teachers, you could see just now how many teachers were actually trained and how many were professionally, they have had the experience of professional development. So in many countries, if you see, the role of school, the functioning of school is actually done only with the help of teachers. So teachers are asked to teach, and what will they teach? They have to teach all kind of course which is there in the curriculum. So therefore, we have this multicultural classrooms. We also want to integrate with the students in various aspects, and also special learning needs are there in the classrooms. With inclusive classroom, now we know that different types of students are there in the classroom, and learning needs are different. So we are also trying to involve parents here in the learning situations in the new curriculum. And if you see the OECD's, that is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, for review of teachers, if you see, this is actually a group of 34 member countries that discuss and develop the economic and social policy. If you see this, I've highlighted in red, you can see that this is basically, they're dealing with professional development of teachers, and with certain kind of successful programs where the students are very much involved, and the teachers, in fact, the development of teachers learning communities has been taken care of, and a lot of interest has been shown in the learning situations, and all has been done with the expertise and experience, and has been done systematically. Then again, if you see types of professional development, there are many types of professional development also for teachers. Like we have the workshops, we have this kind of refresher courses and orientation courses, which is very much needed in the higher education level. And also we have the education conferences, seminars. Like right now you see the teachers, many teachers are also here in the same platform. Then qualification program, we have the observation visits. Then we have the participation in a which is a network of teachers who participate in certain kind of programs. And then individual or collaborative research is also there. Mentoring and peer observation is also there. Now, I want to show you this slide. Now, this has been taken from, which is, from all over the world. This is just trying to show us the percentage of lower secondary teachers who participated in professional development activities in 2018. So here, if you see, India is not there, but all the other countries, most of the other countries are here. So you can see the highest is Lithuania, sorry with the pronunciation, and Australia. So they are like nearly reaching 100%. But then again, if you see the graph, it is going down. The lowest is France. So they have done all kind of professional developmental activities and participated in the 12-month survey, which has included the course, the seminars they have attended, the online courses, the educational conferences, the research that they have done, the qualification that they have, the observation visits to the schools, and everything, all the parameters have been satisfied. Then again, if you see today's world, if you see, we are all technologically driven. Even the professional development can be done with the help of ICT. If you like, at this point of time where we cannot actually go to the institutes to get ourselves trained, so all kind of ICT deals with all kind of organization, all kind of sectors, especially the banking sector, the education sector, the health sector, the business sectors. And we have now, it has become like we are saying that the creation of man is, the wheel, the fire, and the language. But now they are the three important creation of man. But then now it is the ICT. ICT has also come in. So now it has become four. So therefore, in fact, ICT is a part of the IT, that is information technology. It is just an offshoot of IT, but never did we realize that this would become so important, and it would broaden up so widely compared even to the information technology, which is the mother of ICT. So we use this in all kind of instructions, and there are so many types of ICT. As you can see here in this slide, we're using all of them, and especially the artificial intelligence, which has come up now in the mode of simulation, which we are using now in most of the institutes. We are trying our best to bring this up. And of course, you can see here also internet web application is very common. Multimedia tools are so common. Social networking is even more common, which is being used even with the uneducated also. So therefore, if you see ICT, we also have the OER, or the Open Educational Resources, which has been updated by the Hewlett Foundation. Now they have said that this OER is actually initiated with the 5R activities, that is to retain, to reuse, to revise, to remix, and to redistribute. And then we also have the MOOCs for the teachers. I think Dr. Amar is a professional here in MOOCs. He has attended a number of programs on MOOCs. But I just want to tell you that this massive open online course is actually like a movement now, because teachers are all engaging themselves in doing many, many courses from MOOCs. And this is, in fact, it gives you a complete course experience. Sometimes you don't even require many qualifications to do a course from MOOCs, and it gives you full participation. So just wanted to tell you, there's actually MOOCs started way back in 2012. And this was actually the initiation of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or the MIT in US. And they started with the engineering, courses, that is the circuits and electronics. And that time in 2012, they had attracted 155 registrations. Why? Because they had given it for free. So everyone wanted to register because they wanted to get a certificate from and a course done from that institute. Now, looking into that institute, many other institutes around the world, they were shocked as how come, and at one time they got 155,000 registrations. So then they also opened up the doors. And once they opened up the doors, then it was open for everyone. Now everyone started doing this online course. So considering, therefore, it became a revolution in the terms of higher education. So many universities, fearful of being left behind, they also joined the rush of offering the MOOCs course. So over 4,000 MOOCs courses on higher education are available worldwide at present. And if you go into the data, you will see more than 35 million learners are learning at a given time. And this is about the MOOCs course, which is being given by IIT Mumbai. as how you would register, how you would connect, how you would meet the deadlines. If you go to the website, you will find this. This is from IIT Guwahati. Also, they are offering the MOOCs course. This is from IIT Kharagpur, which is also offering the MOOCs course, and you can see the number of course which are showing and what they have done so far. So easily, in fact, you can also enhance your qualification by undergoing these MOOCs course. Now, what is the benefit of MOOCs? Many teachers want to know that why do we need to do this? Now, if you look into it, you will see, number one, it is trying to improve the access of higher education. Now, higher education, you need not go physically to an institute to get higher education. You can go, online. So therefore, providing education at low cost, sustainable development goals are there. Also, we have reached the goal 4 now, because of with this goal 4, we have done so much now because of the online education. Then it offers a flexible learning situation and also online collaboration. You can see how we are collaborating online so easily now. Then comes the Swayam platform. This is also very much there for our teachers in for online mode. Now, this Swayam is actually an initiation of the government of India, and this is actually the study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. And they look into, very importantly, into 3 aspects, that is access, equity, and quality. And Swayam seeks to bridge the digital divide for students, and therefore, especially those students who have remained untouched, by and then with education, and they could never go to any kind of institute. So they, with this digital revolution, now they have all come into the mainstream, into the knowledge economy. And if you look into Swayam has 4 quadrants. We have the video lecture, we have the specially prepared reading material which can be downloaded and printed, then self-assessment test also is there, which can be done through the quizzes and mini tests, and also an online discussion forum is also there for clearing the doubts. So we have everything in Swayam. So teachers are now easily developing themselves professionally by enrolling into Swayam. And you can see many steps have been taken also to enrich the learning experience. Below the slide, the lower part of the slide, you can see that the quality content has also been delivered. Like we have the NPTEL, then the UGC, the CEC, they are all using this, the NIOS, the NCRT, IGNOU, they are all been engrossed with this kind of Swayam portal. Then you can see another one is cloud computing. Now this is very simple app which is being used by many teachers also professionally. You can see a teacher is sitting and learning on at her own time by using the internet. But for this, you really need to have a network and an internet and a website where you can go into it, and you can bring out all your data which is there in the cloud. You need not have any hard devices to store any kind of data. Number of data you can store, okay, and you can retrieve the data whenever you want to by you having your username and your password. Then we have another very important aspect that is known as the avatar. I think you heard about it. Avatar is basically also an artificial intelligence app, and this artificial intelligence, it is combined with the AI and the NLP, or the natural language processing, for human computer interactions and conversational agents. So basically they create a human computer, and the natural language processing, or the NLP, they come up with the language that you want them to speak. So basically it's a robot which is a human form, which is virtual, and they can speak your language. So the AI now is striving to create machines that they can use reasoning, which can use reasoning and intelligence like human beings. And NLP is an artificial in also in and a part of the artificial intelligence, and this is basically use the cognitive devices to use to focus on how to speak certain languages. So you can see here the robots that we have. These are all the teachers who are teaching through the AI, the artificial intelligence, and they are actually human-like bots, and they have been created so that they can reduce the human load the human work, and they can appear and disappear in the classroom or in front of your computer, and they will tell you, they will do exactly what you tell them to do, and therefore their appearance, the communication is very much like a human being, and therefore now this is the in thing where many universities are using them also. Then how can we help? Can they help in higher education? You can see the avatar in higher education can help, because in this program the character may appear and disappear, and they can speak, they can enhance the learning experience, they can guide the students with the courseware, they can explain and demonstrate the techniques, they offer hints and feedbacks also, and therefore this is a very good experience, and almost every human element will be present here. So teachers can professionally also develop by the use of this avatar, and there are many benefits, but you can see the last part I have shown you, that by using this effectively, we can provide a virtual teaching environment in which students can access a 4D multi-user educational environment. Before it was a 3D, now it is a 4D. Then coming to another very important aspect for teachers to enhance the professional development, that is through mobile technology and education. Now, if you look into this data, you will see in 2021, the number of smartphone and mobile phone users worldwide in billions is 4.88 number of billions in the number of mobile phones, and smartphones is 3.8 billion. So you can see how it has grown from 2016 to 2021, and it will still grow further. And you can see also the penetration of mobile network in India. As of 2020, we have 749 million users of mobile network in India, and this is the second largest internet population in the world. And then if you look into this data also, if you see the number of mobile phone internet users in India from 2010 to 2020, and with estimates until 2040. So till 2040, it will go on. So you can see the graph, how it is, the bar diagrams, how it is increasing. So you can see from right from 2010 how much it was, and now until 2040 how much it is going to be. So it is really increasing now, and so we can see in future also, we are still in 2021, and in future you can see how many more mobile users will be there, and how important ICT is going to be. So then how can this transform the teachers, the teaching in the classroom level, especially at the global level? So if we can see that we have the 5G network now, which is coming up, and in this year, and therefore this is going to have an improved interaction between teachers and learners, and also collaborate between the other peers. It is also going to accelerate the quality and adoption of immersive learning. And not only that, our virtual learning is going to be very much easier now with this 5G network. So new type of lessons, assessments, we have this new type of assessments also, where we can cohort with them, and finally we can we can see that there are certain apps which allow assess, they deal only with assessment. So if you register with that app will help you to clearly see that the online assessment is being done very 100% securely, and there is no cheating at all. So anyway, you can see high speed learning is also there with this app. Very high speed we can learn now, especially when we will be very responsive as what is going to be provided to us. And this 5G enabled Verizon innovative learning classroom, if you go to that, you will see it is like a boon for the underprivileged and also the differently abled children, and also who who really want to learn from a far off distance, so they can also be enabled to come in with this 5G. So besides that, our teachers, to enhance the professional development, they also have a lot of online activities. Like for instance, at recently, that is this year, like you have the Aga Khan Foundation's video-based courses. This is also launched online for the educators. Then we have the Coursera. I think you all know about Coursera. This is actually been there for quite some time. They are offering free pedagogy and teaching approaches for educators. This is the Coursera. You can see when you go to the website, you will see, you can explore, you can join for free. 100% online learning from the best world's best universities and companies they're offering for you, so you can go to that and you can sign up. And also we have the course, the artificial intelligence is also there. Here you can sign up and see what they have to offer you. Then we have the Open Learn, which is also there. And in this Open Learn, this is a series of free short courses which are supporting initial teacher education, teacher professional development, and classroom practice. Then we also have the Future Learn, which is a 54 online courses covering a wide range of topics are offered. Then we also have the VLACS, which is also an online virtual school offering webinars to help educators implement remote learning, so teachers can, benefit from here. Then we have many others like the Intel and the Edutopia, which are providing, integrated technology, videos, articles for the teachers. Then we have Education World also, then the Udemy, then we have the Tech 2030, which is there, a digital app which is going to help provide teachers with learning opportunities and to improve their professional development. Then the Khan Academy has always been there. The schools, school students are widely using this, but you can also, the teachers also can use this to enhance the professional development. edX, TEDx, the TED Ed, and also British Council, and the Duolingo. Now I just want to tell you about Duolingo. Duolingo is basically an examination app, so where the teachers, you can go in for enhancing your assessment. And this app is so secure that even if you move your head left and right, it will disqualify you. So it's like as if when you sit in your examination, you're not supposed to look left and right. So even if you're alone in front of your laptop or computer and then you're doing your exam or you're doing your assessment, but your head is turning left and right, and then you will be disqualified. So this is that secure. So then we have the Open edX. You can see here, this is basically to improve the learning outcomes. And in conclusion, I would just like to say that professionally, there are a lot of ways in which the teachers can, enhance themselves. They can also go into many kinds of platforms so that they can professionally develop themselves. But now with ICT, I would say that it is so much easier. From home only you can professionally develop yourself. Like the program which our coordinators, Dr. Amareshwaran and Dr. Shrutashwini, is also conducting, the FDP, the 21 days FDP program, the faculty development program. That is also where the teachers, many teachers have enrolled, and they are professionally developing themselves. So therefore, amid all the recent disruption faced by education system worldwide, teachers have remained central to the successful learning, and they will continue to have a very critical role in spite of this COVID-19 pandemic. And however, given this new demands of the pandemic and focusing on this support system, professional development, social distancing, safety measures, remote learning, and all this kind of, but still the professional developments can be done easily with the help of ICT and online support systems. And we can ensure that the teachers will be well supported. And in fact, if you look into the demands, all teachers are likely to benefit from the additional professional development and support which is being provided. So this is all I have to say and I have to share in this platform. And I would like to thank Dr. Amreshwaran. I would like to thank Dr. Shrutishwini Gogoi for giving me this opportunity to present a few slides here for your information regarding professional development of teachers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are grateful to you for your excellent and beautiful presentation and innovative, informative. Now it's over to Dr. Dinesh Bhatia, sir, Associate Professor, Department of Biotechnology, Biomedical Engineering, I think. Department of Biomedical Engineering. Over to you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
So
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all of you. And Amar sir, you have to make me the co-host to share my PPT.
Sir, I did, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Requesting all the presenters, please send your PPT to my email address.
So I'm quite thankful to the organizers, Dr. Amar.
Sir, make it a presentation mode, sir.
Yes. Just a minute, I'll make it.
Next
So
is
Dr. Amar,
ma'am Lalita, ma'am, be ready.
Professor P.A. Reddy, and then Professor P. Chennaiya, and Dr. S. Kogai, and all other members from our NEHU fraternity, and the earlier speakers who spoke, and the participants. So my talk is basically on the professional development in digital world, and I'm working as associate professor in the Department of Biomedical Engineering in NEHU. So we are seeing that there is an interface between teaching and technology. And as a teacher, we have the concepts, we know many things, but how to use the technology? Sometimes we are lacking that aspect, and we are lacking the insights that how to use the technology in a smart way. So that will be the focus of my talk, and the title is Professional Development in Digital World. So, as you know, the teachers in digital area, digital era, their role is changing, and they have to develop their competencies. So, because the world is becoming more complicated and competitive and intervene, so the individuals, in order to survive and thrive in this era of globalization, they should equip themselves with better problem-solving skills and also information literacy, and they should have creativity in their day-to-day working style. So it is the responsibility to mold the future citizens with these abilities. And the new generations, they have different motivational profiles and interests. So the role of the teacher is becoming more complex in this digital era, because knowledge is unlimited, as was shown by my previous speakers. And this thing, I will not be repeating because time is less and we are already a little behind schedule. So the knowledge is there, and different Coursera, Unacademy, and all these different types of things are available online, MOOCs. So different types of platforms are there, SWAM. So how the teacher will evolve, how it will learn, so that is there. And also the interest of the students and all this has to be taken into consideration. Then when you click with a simple click of the mouse or this thing, you can access countless information which is available, resources which are available. So the role of the teacher has changed over a period of time, from being authoritative and as a single source of knowledge and skills. It is challenged with the help of technology. So technology is coming, but completely the role of teacher is not out of the domain. Teacher is still central part of this new era. So, a teacher, it goes through a different process, through mentoring, through consultation, practice, improving, studying, reflection, how they are teaching and learning. So this is basically a professional development cycle. So you have to be able to mentor the people or the students or those who are teaching. Then you have to seek consultation yourself. You have to learn, or you have to provide advice also to them. You have to practice. You have to get involved with the things. You have to continuously study and improve. So all these type of courses which Dr. Amar is doing, and the different type of FTPs and all these international conferences. So that definitely helps and improves the skill. And then reflection about that, whatever you are doing, whether you are going on the right path or not. And then learning is an important aspect also. So now modern skills required for the teachers. So what are the modern skills? The first is adaptability and flexibility. The teacher has to be adaptable and flexible, because the things are keep changing. The new types of techniques and technologies are coming. Then you have to be confident enough. If you are confident, then you can inspire others. Then next is communicate. How you are able to communicate with the students. Your this thing, not only the students, but also the parents and the staff. That is also an essential skill. Then whether you are a team player or not, that is very, very important. So team player, is important. And then continuous learning. It is teaching is a lifelong learning process. So whether you are evolving yourself, you are learning the new concepts, you are learning the new digital techniques which are there, then you have to be imaginative and you have to create it in unique ways so that students, they get interested and engage in the learning. So it has to be more of creativity and fun. And then you have to be a leader. You are a mentor. You have to guide and you have to give them the right direction. So you should be a good role model. And then you should be able to organize and prepare for the unknown. So this is all the aspects which are required, and there are few more. Innovative is one more, because see, you have to learn new education techniques, you have to learn the new skills, and you have to learn hands-on on the gadgets and other things. So you have to be using that innovative technology. Then you have to be committed to your profession and always willing to learn and adapt to changes. Then ability to manage your online reputation. So you should be knowing which social platforms you should be available and which social platforms are appropriate for your use. It is not that you are available on every platform. It is not possible. So the important social platforms or networkings like LinkedIn and all these, they are important, which gives you the leeway. Then ability to engage. So you can find engaging resources and keep your students update to the knowledge and apps. We are teaching online classes and this thing since past 2 years, but also during our interaction, we send different type of information and material to the students, which we come across, so that they are up to date and they can relate with whatever is going on in the class. Then understanding the technology, because it is growing at a very, very fast pace and the technological updates are increasing and enhancing. And then one more important aspect, which is point number 14, which is to note when to unplug. Because we are so much into the technology, we are so much into the social media, we need to just relax. We have to avoid the burnout and fatigue day in and day out for all our activities, whether it is for teaching, whether it is for examination, whether it is for self-learning, whether it is for online classes, for ourself or our family members, other things. We are always stick to this gadget. This gadget is there and this gadget keeps this thing. Now I'm taking a class, but my phone is ringing still. So this gadget is always there and always keeping a tab on me. So we need to know that to avoid burnout and fatigue, we should be away from this for some point and try to refresh and recollect our thoughts and come back. Then ability to empower, because teachers, they inspire and they should be able to help developing critical thinking, innovative learning, creative ability, adaptable to the situation. They bring passionate passion in them and flexible to the changing circumstances. So you have to give them the tools to succeed. But it is not only at the level of your teaching, learning, university, school, college, but it is for the life. So lifelong learning process has to be there. Then you see now how the teachers, they used to learn in the past. They used to have day-long workshops, or they used to go for observations, professional learning outcomes. But now learning in the new age, it is more of relevant and useful. And you have to see whether data is important to me, where I can find it, where I can get expert to help me. So all those things are there. So you have to engage, learn, support, and measure that you are doing. And you can do learning anywhere, anytime. It is not that you have to be available at a fixed time and a fixed slot to do the learning. So that is the radical change which has taken place. Then the changing role of the teacher in the digital era, teachers, they are expected to become technology more oriented and responsible for improved learning. And they have to cater to the particular needs of the individual students in heterogeneous classes and create a student-centered learning environment. So which can provide excellence and offer opportunities so that there is a dynamic learning and students are involved and interactive in the class. And then as a subject developer, it is your continuous role that you should get the knowledge and develop the skills through your experience, which you are learning in your daily life or your research or developmental work. And then the role of the teacher is more dynamic, from being an instructor to becoming more of a constructor, facilitator, coach, creator of learning environments, so that students enjoy and learn the skills which are required. Then there are tight schedules and deadlines which are there for creativity and learning of new methods and techniques. So information communication technology, as you all know, it is more broad and diverse, and it's trying to meet the needs of the community. Earlier, we used to have conventional classrooms, but now they have changed to the smart classrooms which are coming there, so that teachers, they can deliver instruction through various modes of learning. It is not that you can have to do only through one mode. You can use multifaceted modes, and whichever mode you find interesting and which appeals to your audience, you can use that. Then content and knowledge management, it is the key for any teacher to survive in the digital environment. So that is very important, and they have to select, develop, enrich, learn in digital structure anywhere, anytime mode. So student teacher, this meeting is more of a learning process, and it is the responsibility of the teacher to learn to promote learning in preconditions such as the work habits, attitudes, knowledge, and motivation, and motivate the students to learn. Then the university for future, so we have to bring education 4 to life. We are moving from 3 to 4. So education 3 was more of using of technology, but 4 is more of putting the students at the center of ecosystem. So shifting is there from teaching to learning. So education ecosystem is revolutionizing to become more student centered. So this is a FICCI report which was there in the end of 2019. Then the technology, it is acting as a great enabler. So in the pursuit of personalized learning, and provides flexibility, and you can do remote learning at your own adaptive pace and convenient time. So you can just sit in your home and you can do learning, and you can join any course. So faculty, you just see the difference in these are the parameters on the left side, and you see in education 3 and education 4. In faculty, they were full-time teachers, but education 4, it is full time. Then you are having industry participants, part-time faculty. For my classes also, I bring in a lot of guest lecturers and industry people for my students, because whatever I am trying to teach theoretically, I want that practically also in our engineering field. They should learn and see how it actually works in the field, because now we are not able to take them to field visit and do other type of hospital visits and this. So more of this can be provided, and students can learn through the videos, through different type of experts who can be called for these online courses. Then curriculum and pedagogy, there was minor flexibility earlier in education 3, but learning was huge. You have to mug up and everything and learn. But now the education 4, it will be decided by the learner. It will become more personalized learning. Whatever I need, I can learn, and I can go into depth of that subject. Then research transitions towards collaborative research using technology. But now the data sharing in education 4, it has become more easy. Collaboration has there, geographical barriers have reduced. Then funding, fee-based funding systems were there at the degree level. Now there are fee-based funding systems in both online and classroom program, and many of these programs are quite affordable, and students can learn as per their convenience and availability. Then infrastructure, majority was there. Investment was in the physical infrastructure, but now education 4, it is more of blended learning, and instead of just focusing on technological infrastructure, investment is there in the technological infrastructure more than the physical infrastructure, and it is supporting both online and offline learning. So this is again as per the FICCI report 2019. Then competency-based learning models, which are transforming the education landscape. So there are 5 key principles. So students, they advance upon achieving mastery. So once they learn a particular level, they go to the next level. Then competencies include explicit, measurable, transferable learning objectives, which empower the students to learn. And assessments, they have to be meaningful and positive learning experience for the students. The students will only be interested if it appeals to them. It is more of positive learning and meaningful to them. And then they receive timely support based on their individual needs. And learning outcomes, they emphasize the competency, which include application, creation of knowledge, along with development of important skills and distributions. So now there was a traditional mismatch between what was required from the higher education institutions and what the employers needed in the industry. There was a lot of mismatch. So when the students, they learn through this education 4, and the new types of technology and competencies are developed. So it will reduce the mismatch which is there between the industry and the academia. Then you see the traditional teaching versus the digital teaching. So more of traditional teaching was personalized eye-to-eye contact, but in virtual, it is more of digitalized real-time virtual contact. Then relying on control in the class and all that, relying more on engagement and interest of the student. Then there was a lot of authority which was used because you are a subject or a domain expert. Now here you need agility. You have to create different types of tools and mimics and different types of cartoons to pictures to give, because pictures and these things, they speak more than words. Then other limitations, because today learners, they are digital natives, and here it is unlimited opportunities. It will go like a wave, and you will gain as you go in deep. You will learn new, and you can find a lot of information which is available, but you should know what right to find. So one more slide is there.
Bhatia sir, sorry to interfere. 1 minute, one announcement.
Yeah.
Now I am sending the feedback from day 2 only. Those who are attended yesterday and today, I am sending the feedback from to their mails, because today those who are attended maybe not attended yesterday. It is not good. That is why I'm giving day wise. Yesterday already they got. Today those who are attending, you will get today. Those who attended the both the days, I am sending the feedback form to your concerned mail. Thank you, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Yeah. So this is the difference between the traditional classroom and the virtual instructor-led training plus facilitation. Now you see the World Bank. Now they are also having some principles for effective teacher learning in middle and low income countries. So we are coming in that. So first is principle one is make teaching an attractive profession by improving the status, compensation policies, and career progression structures. So that is one of this thing. So that is why you have the sixth pay, seventh pay, and all other this thing which have been given, and the attractive incentives which have been given to the teachers. Then principle two is ensure pre-service education includes strong practical component to ensure teachers they are well equipped to transition and perform effectively in the classroom. Principle three is promote the teachers who are doing quite well and improve their quality of teaching force. Principle four is provide continuous support and motivation in the form of high quality in service in training and leadership, and allow teachers to continually improve and use technology wisely to enhance ability of the teachers to reach every student and improve their strength and development. So these are the 5 principles which are being governed. Then you see the create. Now this is another concept which is there. You have to produce new or original work. Then you have to evaluate your decision whether what you have done, whether it is standing up to that mark. You have to analyze and draw the connections among your ideas. You have to apply that information into new situations. You have to understand the ideas or the concepts and remember and recall the basic facts. So all this is a cycle. So you go from one step to another and try to bring in these concepts while you are delivering your lecture. So now again, knowledge competencies. So competencies, they are defined as set of knowledge, skills, experience necessary for future which manifests in the activities. So motivation, they are, and competence, they are very close interrelated, and increased competence leads to increased motivation. So when you are having competence also, the motivation, they are closely interrelated. And for a successful teacher in the profession, they must be competent, and also they should be a learner to use the efficient technology oriented society. So, information communication technology, which we are all using now, is very important to improve the learning and teaching process. And it is set of technology standards which define the proficiency which we require for using computer technology in the classrooms. So competency consists of computer related skills, and they can be classified into 4 domains. First is basic technology operation, personal and professional use of technological tools, social, ethical, and human issues, and application of technology in instruction. So now early attempts were there for teachers because they were working in isolated and there were not proper standards which were there. Then International Society for Technology and Education, they developed some revised teacher technology standards, and then National Education Technology Standards for Teachers, NETST, they started coming, and these standards, they were more of technology operation and concepts, planning, designing, learning environment and experience, teaching, learning and curriculum, assessment and evaluation, productivity and professional practice, and social, ethical, and legal issues. So these were the standards which were prepared. And then again, coming to technology competency, so it can be classified into 4 types. Productivity, which means how you can produce and manage the documents like your handouts to your students, or the newsletters to the parents, or organize information. Then research, which means effective online strategies to produce useful and safe online resources in the classroom. Communication is very important, and you should allow the teachers, students to communicate and use the digital tools, and also use different media like a blog,
Sir, Dinesh Bhatia,
yeah.
sir, try to conclude because we have 2 more presenters.
Yeah. So I'll finish in 2-3 minutes. So you have to encourage this thing, and then you have to use the media in a right manner. You have to have this thing split between the images, audio, and video, so that a useful presentation can be given to the people. And then presentation has to be effective, and you can use different modes like computers, projector screen, iPods. Now I move to Google. So now many of us, we don't get any answer, we go to Google. So Google is a very powerful tool and it can help you find solutions, this thing. But the problem is You have to understand, and as per Bloom's taxonomy, we have to understand that what type of problem we are facing in. The learners need to understand, and because very easy, many people, even I don't get answer, I go to Google and I try to search. But whether the source is reliable, whether it is trustworthy, untrustworthy source, whether the academic website or it is a marketing company, so the information will be more of a biased one than actual useful. Then when was the source last updated? Then how many people or have visited that link and what are the references, and whether the information which is presented, whether it is objective or biased. So these are the important criteria which we should evaluate before taking or using any source which is available on the Google platform. Then teach students how to draw conclusion. Then develop reasoning ability and logic behind the solution. Put students to new levels of creativity and try to learn new tools in the digital era. Then teaching digital citizenship is also very important, because the concept of plagiarism is there, and the learners, they are not aware, of the students, they are not aware. So they just try to copy paste and bring the things on the table, and they do not put the source properly. So you have to explain to them what is anti-plagiarism, what are the policies that have to be appraised. Then cyberbullying is also there, which takes place extensively while you are using the electronic technology and trying to learn. So you have to teach them the social norms and acceptable online behavior, so to prevent such type of problems. Then you have to reduce digital divide, because there is a haves and have-nots is there. So you have to see that the technology reaches the masses and they are able to adapt to the changing technology. So enabling differentiation is also there. So learners, they should spend more in the creativity and correctly using the classroom. Then the teachers, they have to lead the class through the lectures. Visual learners, they have to follow the illustrations in their tablets or whatever device they are using. Then technology will also enable teachers to give students the choice of what they want to create the project. Then it will also help in creating the standards and the boundaries. And digital literacy teachers also understand that less about technology itself, but how they can use as per their experience and enable the students to learn. So that is why differentiation is very powerful, and it can go towards the highly targeted audience as per their requirements. So you have to also engage in more of thoughtful cultural and platform decisions. So you have to engage and generate interest. You have to push for technology. The teachers, they are great advocates for appropriate use of technology. You have to understand the mix of the classroom, the diverse classroom, and also the familiarity of the students with the tools and their culture requirements and norms. And the sensitive teacher, they have to make the digital choices which reflect the different cultural context. And this is the professional development roadmap. So educators have to assess online and face-to-face professional learning communities. They have to assess learning courses on using technology effectively in the educational settings. Then they have to assess the online resources and repositories which are available. They have to integrate professional development and embedded content area professional development. Then encourage to use hybrid mode, face-to-face as well as online, and encourage to learn experiential learning or learning by doing. It has to be there. Then they have to encourage to connect the curriculum to the real world issues. What are actual practical problems where you can put it and try to find the solution to the problem in your locality or society. Then you have to encourage student-centered learning environment that focus on active participatory learning is very important, and use of OER, open educational resources, and other resources which are freely available has to be there. And then I conclude here that teachers in the 21st century, they have to understand that change is inevitable. They cannot deny that technology has penetrated. Many of us before, we were quite hesitant in using the technological tools, but slowly we have started to adopt to these tools. They have to be well prepared both in their subject and pedagogy. They have to develop the technical skills as well as critical thinking, which is quite important. They should not feel threatened by the new technology and the experience. There will be some problem, there will be some issues, but you have to get a hang of it. You have to learn those things and be able to use. When we are using new platforms for this type of meetings and presentation, we feel that yes, it will be a little difficult, but slowly we have got adapted and we are now using it on a daily basis. Technology will never be able to make teacher redundant, but teacher role will be a little different. If we think that, oh, technology has come and it will eat up my job, or we will not be able to this thing, it will never happen, because you are central to the effectiveness of the technology infrastructure, and you will always be there to serve the needs, educational needs of this thing. Then they need to help the students become collaborative problem solving, creative learners, and use ICT so that they can mold themselves into more effective citizens and workforce. And teachers, great teachers, they are not born in the minds of the student, but they are born in the hearts of the students. And good teacher, they are like candle, so they consume itself to the light, the ways for others. So that is where I conclude, and I thank you so much for giving opportunity and patience listening to my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh Bhatia sir. Your wonderful presentation. But actually, you need more time to share your expertise. Sir did 2 postdoctoral degrees from UK and USA. We are grateful to you, sir. Now it is my privilege and pleasure to invite Dr. Lalita Madam. I am always calling Junior Jamuna Madam. Her guide, now Vice Chancellor Padma Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, Andhra Pradesh, Tirupati. Over to you, ma'am. Please try to finish as early as possible.
Good afternoon to one and all. Echo is coming, Amar.
Your side only, ma'am, not from our side.
Okay. Let me check out.
I think you joined it through 2 devices or what, ma'am? If you joined your devices also, please log out one.
Now how is it?
No, ma'am. Too much echo.
Yes. Otherwise, you allow next speaker. I will join later.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Now I'm inviting Dr. Rasmi Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, SS Khanna Girls Degree College, Prayagraj. Over to you, Dr. Rasmi Singh ji. Rasmi Singh, ma'am, are you there? Rasmi Singh, ma'am, are you there?
Amar?
Ma'am. No, ma'am, echo is coming, ma'am.
I will leave and join again.
You log out and log in, ma'am. Better log out and log in.
Hello.
Rasmi Singh ji, please.
Hello.
You are a co-host now. Yeah, you are a co-host now.
Okay,
Please
sir. Thank you.
share your screen. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. 1 minute, sir.
1 minute. Actually, Dr. Rasmi Singh is an innovative teacher. She created her own YouTube channel. Now more thousands of subscribers are there. She is reaching all over the globe through her teaching, innovative teaching and learning process. And this is time to not only utilization of the e-resources, it is our duty to creating e-content also very important. She is the best example how we can improve and develop our continuing professional development through YouTube. So YouTube based learning, teaching and research. Please, Dr. Rasmi.
Okay, sir. Sir, my video is not opening, sir, and it does not allow me to share my content as well. So kindly share my PPT. I will speak, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Sir, please share my PPT at your end, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You start.
Okay. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to NEHU Shillong and Assam department from which this 2-day international conference has been extended out, and my deepest deepest thanks to Dr. Amar sir, who
just give me one lunch.
Who has provided me this opportunity to present my reflection over the topic before such esteemed participants and dignitaries. So I am here to reflect my presentation, and from yesterday everything has been said about continuous professional development. Nothing has been left now, but so my PPT is also very small, very short and crisp, and I do not take much time of yours. Let me wait so that my PPT is here. 1 or 2 minutes.
Sharing, ma'am. I am sharing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No issues, sir. Sir, too much network issues, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, start, ma'am. Start.
Okay. Okay. So as everybody knows, this is a 2-day international conference, and I am presenting on the topic YouTube-based learning, teaching, and research for continuous professional development of teachers. Okay, my video is coming now. Next, sir. Yes. So continuous professional development. 3 terms are here: continuing, professional, and development. Continuing means because learning never ceases, irrespective of age, seniority. We have to learn every day, every minute of our life. And professional, we have to be professional now because professionalism is focused on professional competence. And development, it is a goal, it is to improve personal performance. So a very nice saying I have found out and want to share with you all, that teacher development is the process of becoming the best teacher one is able to be. A process that can be started but never finished. Means we have to have instinctive learner throughout our life to become professionally developed, because professionalism is the key of the hour nowadays. Next slide, sir. There are 4 stages of development of continuous professional development. First of all is awareness, then understanding, engagement, and integration. Awareness means we have to have aware of the very term. First of all, we have heard of it at least. If we are not aware of it, then we cannot move towards continuous professional development. Then we have a thorough understanding of it. The next stage is engagement, means we have to engage ourselves with such platforms, so many things to learn nowadays online. There is no boundary. We have become global teachers, students become global students, and everything become global. And last but not the least, we have to integrate those learning which have been learned consistently with our teaching practices, so that we can reach to the highest continuum. Then how to become professionally developed, and why to become professionally developed? Because the present generation is termed as digital natives. This term has become very popular now, and given by Mark Prensky in 2001, means 20 years back. The students, the present generation, is called as digital natives, and we, the teachers, are called as digital immigrants. Why they are digital natives? Because they are born and brought up in the digital world. They are much into the technology usage. They have instinct, they have natural instinct to technology usage. But the digital immigrants are, they have hesitance, they have apprehensions, they have problem, they have rigidity in general to the technology usage. So this is a mismatch, this is a gap. How digital immigrants teach or engage or educate or create digital natives. So and one most characteristic feature of digital natives are, they process and perceives new information, means their brain is also working differently. This is the concept of neuroscience. This is the concept of new thinking in psychology, educational psychology, that they process and perceives new information differently than their educators expected to teach. So we have to evolve, we have to upgrade ourselves, we have to professionally develop to tackle with the digital natives, because we are digital immigrants. This is the key. This digital gap is a human wear. Note this point, rather than a software issue, because it is not a software issue, it is a human wear, means attitudinal issue is there. We have to change our attitude, we have to put positive attitude towards the usage of technology and being digitally skilled. And so this is the challenge on the point of teachers, on the part of teachers, to find and develop creative and effective ways to engage and interact with our youths who are digital natives. So the key factor lies in being digitally skilled. Next, sir. Hence, my topic is YouTube-based learning and teaching and research for continuous professional development. And why sir has provided me this topic, and he has guided me to talk on this topic because I am a live example of it. I was so hesitant, and I have I become totally immigrant, digital immigrant, and I do not touch my laptop before this pandemic, before this corona pandemic. But YouTube has changed my world entirely. So few interesting things about YouTube. Why you have to use YouTube for your professional development? Since 2006, YouTube was one of the fastest growing websites on the web. First of all, stunning 2 billion active monthly users according to net ratings on YouTube. Over 100 million video clips are viewed daily on YouTube. You can imagine the popularity of YouTube now. There are hundreds of categories, thousands of possibilities, and millions of options available in YouTube. I think anything which we can think of, we can find it on YouTube. And there are studies also, there are researches also, that YouTube become a powerful tool for teaching learning. As Jafar in 2012 has found out that 98% of students use YouTube as a resource of information, and 86% of them confirm that it helps in their learning. And it becomes even more relevant in this pandemic, when we are totally shifted to online world, when we have left out our traditional mode of teaching learning. And one more point I have not written here, that video had something more like talk and talk, or you can teach in class, because in video mode student do? He or she can pause, he or she can rewind, he or she can listen any time as he or she wants to listen. So this unique possibility has lies in video, which lies in normal classroom teaching learning. Okay, sir. Next. Then what is the benefits of using YouTube for professional development? Why? Because the YouTuber also learns, and student to learn also. Why? Because YouTuber keep learning and learning something new, something relevant that he or she have to upload on YouTube. Keep learning to upload most relevant updated content, so that she or he can get more viewers, more views, more public watch hours and all. And the teacher who has to upload videos on YouTube can become connected with the global audience. You are not now the teacher of your college only, your city only, your world only. You are become global teacher now when you become a popular YouTuber. Okay. Then an important point is here that YouTube videos generally make as asynchronous mode of presentation, but if we live YouTube streaming you can use, then it became the mode of synchronous only, sorry, because then you can directly interact with your learners, your students, your viewers. Hence, live YouTube streaming can be done from mid 2000s, so that this platform can serve in both medium, asynchronous as well as synchronous. So we can utilize the possibilities, the positive outcomes of both the mode, and it will become the best. And not only this, creators of YouTube keep sending personalized messages for positive reinforcement in reaching every milestone. Means you feel connected, you feel motivated, you feel intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So you are keep doing better and better and better. Then personality development for teacher. I have written it down that I have made a channel, and today I am an altogether different personality as I have for 2 to 3 years back. Next, sir. I have made a very small presentation. Shortcomings of YouTube users or uploaders or viewers, that everything is public here. You can't hide anything. What you have been uploaded become publicly globally, or anyone can upload. This is the serious shortcomings that YouTube has faced, that anyone can upload anything. There is no check on validity and accuracy of the content uploaded. There is check on threats, there is check on spam, there is check on cyberbullying and all, but there is no check on validity and accuracy of the content, that what the YouTuber is saying. Then it is wastage of time for such youths who have got addicted to such type of videos, because if a child has mobile in his hand, his or her hand, then he or she can watch anything he likes. Then YouTube link provided by teacher left the child in a world of YouTube, where more possibilities that they may view video of their choice instead of educational ones. So when we in Google Classroom or in any LMS, we have provided them YouTube link. Just he or she click that link, he get on the page of YouTube. So he may avoid your video and may watch any other video of his or her choice. This is the main shortcomings of YouTube channels. Then last, sir, the last slide of mine, concluding remarks. So what can we do so that we can get best out of YouTube videos? No doubt it is one of the best platform available for become professionally updated and connected with a much larger audience. So what can teacher do? Teacher can use embed code of YouTube video, at least on LMSs, on Moodle, on Google Classroom, so that students may not become distracted by other ones. Because in embed code, when you clicked on that code, then only that page will open. You don't get on the YouTube channel itself. Then uploaders of videos feel moral responsibility and must showcase best talent and content. They do not show any irrelevant, any outdated, or any misconception here. And so last but not the least, by overcoming its few shortcomings, definitely it will become the best one. So I conclude my presentation in the way that YouTube can become a very good teaching learning platform for continuous professional development of teachers as well as development of students too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rasmi Singh, madam. Now it is my privilege and pleasure to invite Dr. Lalita ma'am, a great researcher in Andhra Pradesh and Yogi Vemana University. Ma'am, now I'm making you presenter.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dr.
please,
Amar.
ma'am. Now is it okay, ma'am? Yeah. Now you are looking like a Vice Chancellor, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for your wishes. Am I audible now?
Audible, ma'am. Audible, please, ma'am. You can share your screen. Now it is coming. Thank you, ma'am. Make it a presentation mode, ma'am.
Very, very brief, Amar. Yeah. Today, I'm going to share something on professional development
Ma'am,
of
presentation,
teachers in
ma'am.
social sciences.
Presentation mode, ma'am.
Yeah. Keep it. So I'm going to, I selected this topic because I belong to psychology. So as you know that science and social sciences are the brothers. It belongs to the same family, but little weightage is given to sciences in all the spheres of life. But social sciences are little neglected in all the ways and means. Because nowadays you can see, even if you take children also, they say that maths and physics are very, very important compared to social sciences. So if they are preparing for exams, they prepare well for sciences first, and later 1 or 2 days are allotted for other aspects like social sciences and other things just for preparation. So that's why social sciences are taking backbenches in education system in many spheres of life, because every parent wants his son to be belongs to IIT, and they have to earn, instead of learn, they want to earn dollars. They want to put it in the bank or something like that. So our education system is like that. So it's a high time to talk intellectuals with regard to importance of social sciences in the present society. So I think there may be participants are decreasing as the feedback. No problem. The tailenders are are the people who are going to make the winning point. That's what I think. Okay, whatever it may be. So as you know that a teacher takes responsibility for your growth. A guru makes responsible for your growth. There is a difference between teacher and guru. So if you see our society into consideration, some people are teachers, some people are gurus. So the students who are under teachers, the teacher feel take the responsibility, whereas guru makes us to responsibility. I think my gurus made me, and because of them I am here. So as you know that objectives of a teacher is just to student academic and behavioral development, school-wide climate management, parents and community involvement, training and staff development. These are all important for any teacher for that matter. But now weightage is given to marks instead of behavioral development and all these things. So if you take our Indian tradition into consideration, from time of Rigveda onwards, our education system is prepared on the basis of overall development of the student instead of only concentrating on educational development or academic skills. So it's a moral, physical, spiritual and intellectual aspects are included in earlier Indian tradition, but because of the change in the society and the new adaptations in the educational system led to the present situations. But whereas if you take, so as a psychologist, I emphasize that the earlier education system was very, very better, and it meant for overall development of the child. Okay, so now the employability, now education system focused on employment. What are the job opportunities they are getting, and how they earn and live their better life, something like that. So it was shifted to other things. So that's why the new education system changed a lot, brought a lot of changes in the society. So if you take importance of social sciences is very, very important, because I am going to focus on the speak about the professional development in social sciences, what social scientists will do for the society. So doctor is doing something, lawyer is doing something, but what is the role of social scientist in the present society? So they are the real people who are working for the connectivity of all the other professionals. So if you take any subject for that matter, they are the people who are going to provide alternative future opportunities, and they are the people who are going to sense of our finances, and social scientists contribute for the maintaining of health and well-being, and they are the people who are going to save your life in many things. And they make, because if you take sociology, anthropology and other subjects, you can understand that the importance of neighborhood in the present society, because nowadays if you take into consideration within home also, if there are 2 or 3 rooms, means everybody is occupied with their mobile and technology, and they are busy with their academic and personal things. Even the wife and husband also is the same story is going on. So connectivity is not connectivity. Earlier it was connectivity is missing in the society, but not now. Connectivity is missing in the families also, even within person also. There comes the role of psychology. When connectivity is missing within the personality, then there comes the role of psychologists. And they are considered as public intellectuals. They are the people who are really working on the transformation of society, and they are the people who are going to bring awareness in the public about what kind of transformation is going on, what are the things will take place in the future. Nowadays, if you watch media, lot of the discussions are going on about how Taliban occupied Afghanistan, and what are the predictions of their occupy this thing, their future predictions on India and other things. So these are all the things. So political science, sociology, anthropology, economics. So all these are in psychology, education. So these are all the real fields who really works for the welfare of the society. So they are the real public intellectuals. So there is a say. So if the intellectual is silent, it is going to damage the society. So that's why it's very, very important. And they are the people who looks for children's education and life. So it's very important. Now third wave is coming. People are telling. Now even as the parents, we are also worried about whether to send the child to school or not. So lot of confusion is there in the society. So social scientists are the people who are going to give some. They have to show some ways to the society how to act in the present situation, and they are the people change the world for better. They have to attribute, they have to hypothesize, they have to predict the things which are happening in the society, because of which it helps the society for better welfare, and social sciences to guarantee our democracy. So our democracy is dependent on all these things. People think that if you put vote, that my responsibility is over. Nothing like that. So our society is built on all these different fields of social sciences. That's why professional development in social science is also very, very important. We have to look after this professional development of teachers, particularly in social sciences. So what do you mean by professional development? So many people speak about all these things. I do not want to touch upon all these things, but here I am going to touch upon only mandatory versus voluntary professional development. So in psychology, there is a concept called growth versus comfort. So some people are comfort, some people are growth. So the teachers who are in comfort growth, they look for the allowances, increments, and they enjoy their life. Whereas the persons who are in the growth mode, they always look for the institution as well as for the person. So here what we have to understand is individual growth is institutional growth. If somebody is working hard in that particular institution, it naturally bring names to the person, institution. So that we have to understand. Institution is nothing but it is the where people work to meet the objectives of the institution. So that's why mandatory versus voluntary. So earlier, if you take our gurus into consideration, they just teach, they do some research, and that's it. They participate in 1 or 2 extension activities. Now it's not like that. Nowadays, academicians are mandatorily to go for different activities because of APIs. So some people are working for only for API score, and some people are working for their satisfaction. So which way? So you know the difference better than me. Okay. So there are some needs are there. So all these things I think earlier speakers covered, but whatever it may be, I am going to touch upon. Yeah. Student counseling. So student counseling is a very, very important. So what people will do when NAC is coming, they build the registers for mentoring. After that, nobody will touch this aspect. No, it's not like that. Like family, even mentors, students are allotted for each teacher, and sorry, I'll go back. So it's a counseling. Student counseling is very, very important than other aspects. So if you take other aspects into consideration, yeah, there may be some lagging with regard to say technology world. Technology plays its own. So if you prepare 100 times better, then also technology says I am there to take my role, something like that. It's not responding, but it's okay. But anyway, I got the thing again. So there are some needs for professional development in social sciences. The orientation courses, the refresher courses, the organizing webinars, attending webinars, all these are part of professional development. So if people are attending 1 or 2, okay, this is enough, I got my APA score, okay, I will get my promotion. It's not like that. So if you are not updated according to the existing knowledge, you are outdated. That is where very, very important for our existence. So if particularly, if you take this professional development needs into consideration, so earlier it was not like that. Now people are expecting researchers. We are expected to do research. We have to bring money to the university. So then why you are appointed as an assistant professor if you are not bringing money? These are all some questions. So we have to run according to the situation. Okay. So that's why there are some needs. Some needs are there. I think if I move to presentation mode, I will lose again. I will continue like this only. Types of, so we are expected to attend workshop. We are
Ma'am,
expected
Lalita
to
ma'am.
yes.
I'm requesting you to conclude within 2-3 minutes because we have
Okay.
other program at 2
No problem,
exactly.
no
It
problem.
will.
Yeah. Just I'll speak 2 or 3 about each slide. Don't worry. Okay. So these are all expected to do in these things. Nowadays, challenges in professional development. Because Amar is very interested. He has full freedom. He's doing every day 1 or 2 webinars. What about the people? If their authorities are not interested, if authorities are not interested to give permission to conduct the webinars, so if an enthusiastic teacher has to kill his will to do all these things. So it is not like that. Our university authorities, all people are, the people who are above to the teacher is expected to encourage their staff to do many things. So then only you can excel in that field. If opportunity is not given, how can you expect excellent performance from the teacher? So equal opportunity to all the staff is very, very important. If science institutes are there, people are running to conduct this or that, and they are allotting lot of money. And if social sciences are there, okay, let us see something like this kind of attitude should not be there in infrastructure level and in allotment of budget and all these things. So this is a very, very challenges for professional development. People are interested in research, but they have to run behind each table means teacher loses his interest to do research. So all these things brings a lot of challenge to excel in their field. And yeah, Aram says Sarkari Nokari. Yeah, I got my this thing until another 15 days, nobody will touch me. I will do my research or something like that. This kind of attitude people are expected to live. So there is the faculty or teacher are expected to manage professional development as well as academic development, personal life. Personal life is different from professional life. So you have to plan, you have to manage, you have to execute the things in 2 angles. Otherwise, you are not successful. So you must know when you have to give preference to your personal life or personal family or something like that, when you are supposed to give for academic life. When challenge is there, you are not supposed to withdraw from the situation. You are expected to do it. You are expected to work day and night to meet your goal. So that is very, very important. So if people have that attitude, then only you can excel in that particular field. Okay, so I do not want to touch upon this ICT and something like that, because already so many people covered that particular aspect. Yeah, as you know that ICT is a hub. So earlier only the technical people are expected to excel in that particular field, but now it's not like that. If you are not updated with the technology, you are outdated. You are considered as a layman in the society. So all we have to learn. There are so many sources. Earlier education system is a student centric. So teacher centric. So we will get information concepts from the mouth of a teacher, but now it's not like that. Student have multiple roles. When one teacher is explaining the concept, the student can go to Google and he can see so many images or YouTube to just to get more knowledge. So it's a really challenging for the teachers nowadays. If you are not updated, it's very difficult to handle the updated students. So they are updating means even teachers has to update. So it's very, very important. Yeah, I do not want to give so many suggestions because we know so many suggestions given by the people, but I would like to emphasize on social sciences status in India. So there are university grant commission and all these things. Totally 50, nearly 5 lakhs people are working in 433 universities. And there are 20,600 affiliated colleges. So that means lot of importance is given to social sciences nowadays. When we are studying,
Lalita ma'am, please only 2 minutes because that link will be activated at 2 exactly.
No, yes, yeah. Okay, so that means a lot of importance is given to social sciences also. It's our time to utilize that particular services. Okay, the funding agencies also. There are different funding agencies. So UGC, ICSSR, ICHR, NCAIR, NIPP, PEP. There are a number of funding agents are coming forward to give fund. But it is high time to submit projects and try to get some projects and all this. At this juncture, it's very, very important. So if the social science faculty is not active, nobody will give funding for him. So he has to run behind that. What happened yesterday, we witnessed. ICSS black web is blocked because of over submission, and they extended for another 5 days. So somehow it's like that. Now importance given to the all spheres of not only teaching, research, and extensions are many. If you are not connected to the society, so the social scientist is not connected to society, it is a very difficult, it leads to some sort of damage to the society. So that's why I request all the social scientist teacher or teachers to update themselves, and they have to work for the welfare of the society is the very, very important. And finally, NEP. I will conclude with the NEP message. So teachers are truly shape the future of India. Therefore, the future of our nation. It is because of this noblest role that the teacher in India was the most respected member of society. In NEP 2021, they emphasized on a lot of aspects. They insisted to spend some hours, particularly nearly 50 hours per year for the development of the professional development of the teacher or something like that. So we have to go through the NEP and we have to get particularly the section 5.1.5. There are some specific guidelines are given by the NEP. So I request all the faculty members or the participants just to focus on all these things. So just I shared my day-to-day experiences with you. So kindly take some information from them, and all the best to all my participants. Thank you, Amar, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your, because I'm sorry not giving time, sufficient time for you. We will see you again. ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికీ వందనాలు. In my Telugu language, it is better to say thanks to each and everyone. See you soon. Bye bye, ma'am. I'm going to close. I'm declaring international conference on continuing professional development of teachers in the digital world over. Thank you, ma'am. See you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.